No, it's right there. Hey, you guys. They can see us. We need to go out and come back in because I can see us. There we are. Hey, guys. They can see us. We need to go out and come back in because I can see us. What you do? We got to mute it, baby. Hey, guys. They can see us. We need to go out and come back in because I can see us. What you do? Look how aggravated you're getting at me. Look at your face. Thank you guys. Thank you. We're doing this on our desktop. Hopefully the picture is decent. If not, bear with us. I feel like absolutely garbage right now. I had shots in the bottom of my feet for my arthritis. And last time I had a shot just in one foot and it didn't hurt. And I didn't feel pain in my foot for a little bit and it was like glorious. Today I went back and had shots in both feet and it absolutely hurts so bad. I cannot walk on my feet. So my nose ring is not even bothering me because my feet hurt so bad. So I'm going to try to keep up with the chat, you guys. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel terrible. I came home. I worked at the station this morning, so I've been up since like 4:30. Yes, had to get shots at the bottom of my feet for arthritis because I have like really bad arthritis in my feet. And this is the second time that I've gotten the shot. This is the first time that I've gotten the shots in both feet. The first time I got the shots was a month ago, and it was only one shot in my left foot. And it didn't hurt, and my foot was numb, and it felt so good. Thank you, Night Runner. Just sending some love from Oregon. Thank you so much. I have a feeling there'll probably be a good amount of people in this chat tonight. So if you do have a question that you want to make sure I see, please, you can send a super chat. That may catch my attention, or maybe at me or my moderators. Let my moderators know that I'm live.
That's the picture.
Yeah, it's okay.
Good enough for what we're doing.
Yeah. So, I don't know why I feel so shaky. I don't know if it's because of my feet or just because I haven't eaten that much today or what. I only ate that one little thing that you brought me. And I didn't even eat all that because the kids got some of it. So, anyways, Fairy Dust at Pizza. I wish I had pizza because I'm a little shaky from my probably not eating much. But, so I hope this is going to be the only time ever to address this. I would like for this to be the only time for us to ever address this. A lot of craziness has happened, and there's literally streams happening every day surrounding issues between me and like my friends and some of my ex-friends. And there's a lot of crap that has gotten put out that is utter lies. And the people putting it out, they know that there's lies. And I'm not making this stream tonight to attack anyone. I don't want to attack anyone. Do I get mad sometimes in my private chats with my friends when I see that somebody called me a drug addict? In my private chat with my friends, do I say, oh, they're a piece of crap? Absolutely, I do. I'm not perfect. That's one thing also that I want to say is the people on Twitter are saying things like, oh, she's not perfect like she portrays. I don't portray to be perfect. That's what you guys put on me. I'm not perfect. I falter every day. I say things I shouldn't say. I get mad and I act out, but I try very hard not to, especially with Sean being laid off. This is a very important income for us. And one thing that I want people to remember is if you take this away from me, you are taking food away from my kids. You are taking money from my household. This income pays some of our bills. Actually, it pays one of our biggest bills. like one of our biggest bills the past few months, my YouTube channel has paid that. So people saying, take Leslie's channel down, or reporting me to YouTube saying that I'm attacking them. When if you go to my channel, I don't even talk about them. I don't talk about them. Have I said things about them before? Yes, I have. Have I got on, like the other day, I got on out of frustration and anger and done a stream defending myself after lies were put out about me. And then I took the video down because this is not what my channel is about, you guys. This channel is my job. This channel helps take care of my family. I don't want this channel to be about drama. I don't want to lose this channel. So that I'm not coming on here to drag anybody so somebody can strike my channel for a TOS violation and get me taken down. I'm not trying to do that, you guys. And when you falsely report someone's channel, you can get in trouble. Because when you report a channel, you actually, on there, it actually says that if you are falsely reporting the channel, you can actually lose your channel. So when you go to YouTube and you say this person's harassing me and I literally never talk about you, or you've talked about me a million times more than I've talked about you, you're putting yourself at jeopardy of losing your channel. This is the reason I'm doing this, is because I just want to be left alone. If you don't like me, don't like me. If you don't want to watch me, don't watch me. If you think I'm a liar and I'm a piece of crap, think I'm a liar and I'm a piece of crap. Just move on. If you are a content creator and you have a channel, do your channel, but leave me out of it. I don't say nothing to nobody. I don't do nothing to nobody. Do I talk to my friends privately about things? Absolutely. Who doesn't? Could you guys imagine if all of you guys' private chats about people got leaked? Remember, these are people that have attacked me for months and months and months, and I didn't say anything for a long time. And then when I did, I'm the bad person. I'm terrible because I finally speak up and say something, or in a private chat, I spoke about something, or we discussed something about someone in a private chat, when these people are publicly harassing me, publicly attacking me. I want to catch the super chats really quick. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, crap. I can't see that. Okay, I got a $20 super chat. I'm going to have to find it on my phone because they're disappearing. I know Fairy Dusted sent a... Ashley, I'm here, $20. Thanks, girl.
Fairy Dusted and Emma. Emma was the other one.
Emma, no questions, just love and support from Australia. Thank you, Emma.
You know, the only thing I really want to say is people keep on... I've seen a bunch of people say, because I keep up with it more than she does. You know, just because she's my wife, I like to know what people are saying about her. But
and I actually have told him before, don't watch it, because he'll get upset. And I'll say, babe, don't watch it. And then there's times that, like, somebody will send me a screenshot of something that's saying, and I'll get frustrated and I'll go to him with it. And he'll say, don't watch it. Don't pay no mind to it. Leave it alone. Can you guys imagine if it was you, though, every day being talked about?
But I keep up with it, and people keep on saying that Leslie is behind the scenes controlling all kind of people, like
I'm not
giving out orders, you know, getting a group together. First off, the people that are saying that, they know that's a lie, because even in those group chats that they released, Leslie was not present through 90% of it. And I'll tell you why. Because she is a mother to 6 kids. She is an active mother in our kids' lives. She cooks. She cleans. She's a wife. We spend time together. We talk to each other. She talks to her friends on the telephone. She messages her friends on the phone. She watches her shows. She does research. She records her videos. She edits her videos. She's sitting on like 4 or 5 videos right now that she recorded that she has not edited because she ain't had time between buying the kids school clothes. You know, her and my sister-in-law, they went and hung out yesterday, got their nose pierced, and bought all the kids school clothes.
And I completely ignored the drama that was happening.
Yeah, and she wasn't on the phone. She was buying school clothes.
Had a good time.
For 6 kids, and trying to spend time with my sister-in-law. And then they got their nose pierced, and they came home. And by the time they got home, it was 9 o'clock. So we all ate dinner, and then we all went to bed because we were tired. We tried to get our Kenny asleep. She was up till like 12 o'clock because she took a nap yesterday. And so me and Net were laying in bed, literally trying to go to sleep, with Kennedy hitting us in the face and climbing all over us and screaming. So then when we finally went to sleep, she finally went to sleep. We all fell asleep. What time did you get up to go to the radio, work the radio this morning?
Hold on, I'm going to put this out here. Hold on, let me say this because I'm already going to get aggravated. Sean helps me out more than most. He does what more than most women do. We have 6 kids together that we are up with. So don't come at me with help her out. The 2 people that are living with us right now, actually, anybody that knows this man knows that he does most work than some moms do. He will change diapers all day. Yesterday, while you want to talk about Sean help her out, yesterday, me and my sister-in-law went shopping. It's an hour and a half away to the biggest city for school clothes. Literally, there's nowhere really to get them around here except for Walmart. This man and my brother-in-law kept 8 kids. We got up. Me and my sister-in-law got up, got ready while they tended to the kids. We left. They kept the kids all day. When we got home, they had dinner made for us, and the house was pretty much clean. Even though throughout the day, the kids messed it up because I checked the cameras all throughout the day, and there was times where I would look at the living room, and the whole toy box would be scattered across the floor. But when we got back, the house was clean, and dinner was ready for us. So this man does a lot, but it takes a lot. We live in a house with eight kids, okay? So please do not tell me he needs to help me out. Literally, today, I have not been able to walk. I got up and left this house at 6 o'clock this morning. He got up with the kids. He fed the kids. He made sure the kids brushed their teeth. He took care of them while I went and worked the radio. After the radio, I had to go see the foot doctor. I did not get home until 2 o'clock. And then he let me take a nap because I was exhausted because Kennedy kept us up most of the night when really I probably should have let him take a nap because he's been getting up while I've been getting up and doing other stuff. He's been getting up and doing the kids. Please do not tell me that he needs to help me because this man helps and he will do anything that a mom will do. If it wasn't the COVID situation right now, like before the COVID situation happened, he would take all of our kids to football practice. He would take all the kids to Walmart. There is not anything that this man will not do. So I know men that won't change diapers. I know men that will not stay at home with their kids while the wife goes shopping. It's like, you got an hour and you got to be back max. This man he took all of our kids to San Antonio to see his parents so I could stay home and work. So don't come at me with no bullshit because that's going to piss me off.
Yeah, I took all of them out there so she could stay at home and record videos and edit videos because what I was trying to get at is her recording videos and editing videos is it's tough on us. She has to do it at night. We have to get the little kids in bed early. They have to be asleep. She has to record at night. And then she has to edit. Some nights, she'll stay up till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning just to get out videos. And then, so I'll get up the next morning and I'll let her sleep. She'll catch up on sleep. And generally she wakes up and she has to edit videos. Okay. This is a never ending process. This is always going on. And she wants to get out more videos on a regular basis. So this whole idea that, and if you ain't never had 6 kids, 4, 5, 6 kids, if you ain't never had them, you don't know. You ain't got a clue.
It's craziness.
You do not have a clue what it's like. And we got 4 boys, 2 girls, and then my brother and his sister and his 2 kids are living here until they find a house. So my point is, we're so busy. She wasn't in that group chat half the time. And then when she would catch up on it, she would tell me.
Hell, half the time I didn't catch up on it. I would go in, and I'm in like 2 groups, okay? Yeah, I'm in my moderator group, which I didn't start. I think I only started 1 moderator group out of all the moderator groups that we've had because I've changed moderators a few times. But I think Candace may have started our last moderator group. Am I wrong, Candace? And then the group that I was in where all this crap blew up. Okay. I didn't start that group. And someone actually came to me the other day and was like, I'm so disappointed to see you started a group entitled it Bitches. I did not do that. I didn't start that group. That was not me. I was added, me, TT, Ashley, and Adria were all added by the same person, and I have screenshots to prove it. If you go to the chat now, it'll say you were added by this person. We were all added by the same person. I did not name that group that. It wasn't me. I was added in that group by this person. Then this person tells me,
Thank you, Tessa. Wow.
Let me see. Don't hold on. Move. Leslie, Deuteronomy 28. Read. You guys are awesome. Oh, God has a calling.
Thank you so much.
You don't have to defend yourselves. God will keep your hands up. Honestly, I'm glad you said that because I'm not perfect. That's something that the internet world tries to put on me. And it's not even you guys, it's the haters. The haters will say, see, Leslie's not as perfect as she says. I don't say I am. And it's frustrating because I do get aggravated. And like tonight, I'm already like, I don't feel good because I haven't eaten and my feet are hurting really bad. I've been having to crawl around the house if he's not toting me around the house. So I don't really feel too well. And like seeing somebody a while ago come from my husband saying, gee, Cheyenne, what are you doing? When he does a lot, like that already got me. And I don't want to be like that in this video, you guys, because I'm not a mean person and anybody that knows me knows that.
Anything she's doing, I'm doing too. I mean, it's just a matter of who's doing it right then.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't care. This ain't about me. This is about defending, like people running their mouth about her. You know, they keep on putting out this agenda, this BS story that Leslie is in charge and she's got a group of people. Does she have friends? Yeah, she's got friends. Do they talk about what people say about them? Hell yeah, they do. Do they sit back and plot and scheme and do all kind of stuff? Nope. They ain't got time for it. She don't have time for it. I know that.
And hold on. What I want to say to that is it's not like we're in this group like scheming all the time. Has there been times that like something will go down on Twitter or a video will come out on some bullying channel, a channel that's made strictly to bully, and one of us will see it? Normally, I do not watch these channels. I do not watch them. I had to watch one the other day to report it. And yes, absolutely, I reported it. No, I've never told anybody else to report these channels, but I will report a channel that's lying on me. Absolutely. It is my right. You are violating TOS guidelines. You are not supposed to use your channel to harass people and to lie on people. In 20 something videos since July 21st, you guys, what is it? Somebody counted them. It was like 23 videos since July 21st. Where I'm spoken about, where this person is saying every morning Leslie wakes up and she calls Adria, she calls TT, she calls Ashley, she calls Britters, and she gives them agendas to do for the day. What?
That's complete and utter bullshit.
I don't even talk to these people every day.
That person knows it too.
The person knows it. I actually have audio of the person saying the exact opposite. Mad because I didn't talk to her every day.
Yeah. First off, that person that is doing all this, I never liked her. I always thought that she was a piece of crap. I never liked her. And I would tell her. First, she's trying to say that they were never friends. Leslie was never her friend or whatever. I would tell her all the time, I don't like that person. Don't trust that person. I don't trust that person. You don't need to trust that person. You need to quit talking to that person because I don't like her. I got a bad feeling about her. And Leslie she's always been the type to talk to whoever and be friends with somebody, be nice to somebody that's being nice to her. And she's not always a person that will speak out about things that she doesn't agree with. But I can tell you right now, I
want to play something when you get done.
That person did a lot of things that Leslie did not agree with. And Leslie would come to me and tell me, man, that person did this, and I really don't like it. Or that person keeps doing things in their stream, and it keeps coming back on me. People are holding me responsible for what that person's doing. And, I try to talk to her about it, and she basically don't care. She just keeps on doing and saying whatever she wants, even though it was coming back on that net. But the whole time I was like, just quit talking to her, quit being her friend. Like, don't answer the phone for her anymore. And Leslie would be like, no, she's my friend. You know, she sticks up for me all the time. She's my friend. Like, I'm not going to quit talking to her. I'm not going to quit being nice to her because that's the way Leslie is. Like, and I can tell you right now, on all my children, Leslie doesn't sit around giving people orders. She doesn't sit around. She doesn't call these people up and tell them what to do throughout the day. Half the time we're so busy when they call, I get kind of aggravated because, there's so many things going on and, somebody will call Net wanting to talk to her about, some video that somebody put out on YouTube, some crap that somebody said about Leslie or whatever. And
everybody that's in the super chats, thank you so much. I do want to try to go through them. And you guys, I don't want to call names because one thing I don't want to do, if you are a subscriber of mine and you don't know who I'm talking about, I don't even want to say the person's name because this person is putting my name in titles for the money. This person is doing a 45-minute video and putting 20 ads in it and putting my name in the title. And lying, and it's not, don't go support that. Like, whoever wants to support her, that's fine. But I don't want to drive you people over there to see what's going on. I'm telling you guys what's going on. This person, I thought they was a friend of mine, and come to find out, they were never a friend of mine. This person tried to be friends with Katie at first and was talking badly about me. On Twitter, talking badly about me. And trying to make nice with Katie. And when Katie didn't make nice with this person blocked Katie and then started contacting me. And me being who I am, if you contact me and I see your message and I read it, I will talk to you and I'm nice. And this person then started a channel just defending me. And I felt like, wow, she's defending me.
And she felt obligated.
Yeah, I was like, she's so nice. Like, that's so sweet for her to defend me. Do I have to say that there was times she said that, to be 1,000% honest with you guys, Triple BME, thank you for the sticker. Trailer Park Baby, always got y'all's back, girl. Thank you. To be 1,000% honest, even back when me and her were friends, I did not watch her videos all the time. For one, she never told us when she was going live. If I would get on YouTube and see that she was on, I would try to pop in and just be supportive because I wanted to show that I supported her. But a lot of times I never really had time to make it all the way through a video because I had other things going on. I would try to be supportive of her channel, even though there were times I was there where she would say things that I didn't agree with, and I would kind of grit my teeth and be like, "Oh man, she probably shouldn't have said that." But never once would I message her and be like, why the hell did you say that? You shouldn't have said that. There were times to where after she started getting backlash, I would be like, yeah, baby, move that light. It's on that shirt. It's on that shirt. There were times.
It's an LED. It's fine.
Where I would say, oh goodness, I hope you don't get, backlash for that, because I didn't want her to get backlash. And she would say terrible things sometimes, and it wasn't reflective of who I am. There was one time that I gave her instructions, and it was to release my drug test results. And then there was other times where in chats, she would tell us about stuff that she was going to go live with, and she would ask our opinions as friends. And I would say, well, I would do that, or no, I probably wouldn't do that. But as far as you just have to imagine you're in a chat with someone you consider a good friend for 8 months. Are there going to be times that, and they constantly come to you for advice on their job? You giving them advice on their job, or them saying, oh, well, I have a boyfriend and me and him don't get along today. We had this argument. And I'm just using Carol. Thank you so much, Carol. Do you and yours, because haters are going to hate. Exactly. Say they come to you for advice, like relationship advice. You giving them relationship advice, Molly, being their friend, is not you telling them what to do. And that's what aggravates me, is putting out screenshots where we gave advice at times. or where we just talked about certain people because those people just made a video about us, or those people were just on Twitter talking about me or my children or my husband. And now those screenshots are being where we privately spoke about things, and it's being put out there like, oh, Leslie's just evil. If you think I'm evil, come to me. Come to me. What did I say that was so evil?
Or just
just don't watch me.
I mean, damn.
Just don't, like, if
If
you
you
think
got a
I'm
sock
evil,
account, if you got some sock account where you're talking crap about her,
I do want to play this audio. Hold
and
on.
then then you want to act like you're her best friend with your account or whatever. Like, go on somewhere. Like, people tell us things. People do tell us things. There's a lot of subs, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, people on the internet, they have the biggest mouths in the world. People constantly, we don't even know these people. They contact Leslie and they're like, hey, so and so is doing this. One of your subscribers named so and so is doing this. They have a secret account and they're talking crap behind your back, or blah 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 blah. And all I gotta say is, if that's the way it is, then go on somewhere. We don't need you to be a sub to this channel. If you talk crap, we don't need any money from you. We don't need any ad revenue. Like, her channel is growing, no problem. Like, it hasn't slowed down. She's putting out, she's working on putting out more content. She's so busy she can't even put out content like she wants to. So,
and I'm busy with the kids in my life and getting the kids ready for school, and yeah, like, here lately, people's been calling me like, did you see that? I mean, I had a lady call me the other day to apologize to me about something, and I was like, what happened? She was like, well, I said something on a stream and I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have said it. I was like, what did you say? I didn't know. I literally have people contacting me sometimes and they're like, girl, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what happened? I don't know. So this whole idea that Leslie's behind the scenes, first off, Leslie's doing all this stuff with Katie. Leslie don't do nothing to Katie. I wish Katie
I saw that.
Tammy
Wright, who's always running her mouth about Leslie.
That's the person that called me a backstabber on my Facebook, on my personal Facebook page, under my child's picture, under Paris's picture. She is the one that called me a backstabber. I don't know you. How am I a backstabber?
Yeah.
Like, to who?
Tammy Wright has been running her mouth for over a year about Leslie, saying
and if you don't like me, just don't watch.
Saying all kind of ridiculous things. Doesn't make any sense half the time when she talks. And, like, it was like yesterday, I read a comment where she's like, it's all starting to come together. Leslie's causing all this drama with Katie. Leslie's not paying Katie any mind.
No, I don't watch Katie. Good, you do you, Katie.
Leslie don't even watch the videos that come out that are hating against Katie.
No, I don't.
I do sometimes.
I will watch them sometimes.
I watch them sometimes. I mean, I think some of them are kind of funny. Some of them I don't agree with how far they're going. Some of them I think are just complete crap. Just somebody trying to, I don't know, nitpick at Katie. But some of them have some real beefs. Some of them have some real valid points about what she's doing. So I watch them. But I can tell you right now, she doesn't. And she's not behind all this crap. So Tammy Wright, you're a freaking idiot.
Stina Marie, the darn group chat, was a private conversation. The only people that did anything wrong was the person who released it. Love you guys. Absolutely. The only person in the wrong here is the person who released it. And let me tell you guys,
because they did it to hurt
a bunch of people. They done it to hurt people. And this person gave me their word that they would not do this to me.
Yeah.
When we decided to part ways, she was like, oh, I'm not going to attack you. I'm not going to go after you. Unbeknownst to me, she had already went on a stream talking crap about me and the other girls, but then she didn't say her name. And that's...
Thank you. Shar.
Who was the one talking about Isla's son? Okay, we're going to talk about that.
Thank you, Shar. Shar, if you're here just to hate, Sean says you leave. You're real and people know it comes across. Keyboard warriors have nothing better to do. Sounds like jealousy. Play whatever you're going to play.
Okay, somebody asked about Isla. Okay, here's something. Okay, this big Leslie's behind it all. Listen to this. And this was and if for anybody that's going to say, oh, you recorded your friend, I recorded her the last 2 conversations we had. And that was because lies had already been, I was aware that lies were being told by this person.
Thanks, imagine. Go ahead.
This person had talked to Britters and said something. And then when I talked to her and said, well, Britters said you said this, and I asked Britters, when I talked to Britters and TT and Adria and them about what was going on, before I talked to her, the person that I'm speaking about, I asked them, I said, can I tell her the things that you guys told me that she said to you guys? And they said, yeah, absolutely. Anything that we said that we talked about with her, if you want to talk to her about it, absolutely.
You say that?
I can't see anything if you got the...
Well, I can't find anyone. It's all right.
What was I saying?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
I'm sorry.
This is the only time I'm going to talk about this because I'm not doing it. Hold on. Okay, so, God, because I was going somewhere very important.
Hold on. I thought you were going to play something.
I am going to play something.
I'm about to put my headphones in and listen. You recorded her because...
Okay, this is why. At this point, we were in a group chat for many months that she started, by the way, that she named. That group chat, when you see all these screenshots where it says bitches across the top, she started that chat. She named it. I had a friendship with a girl named Ashley and with Tiffany separate from this person, right? Tiffany and Ashley followed me last year and we were fine. Me and Ashley would talk she would call me like once a week or so and we would talk for a little bit, me and Ashley. And then I was told things that were untrue about her. So I kind of backed away. She sensed that I backed away, so she backed away too. And I'd done a video about something that Ashley and Tiffany did not agree with. And then they were scooped up by people and they were told things about me and Joe that I know as far as I'm concerned were not true. Now, as far as her, I don't know. Maybe everything that we were told about that other person, maybe they were true. I don't know. But I know the stuff that was being put out there about me was untrue. But they were being told this. So for a few weeks, they didn't really have much to do with me. But then after a few weeks, they both called me and was like, what's up with this? What's up? Oh. And I talked to them and I was honest with them. I said, anytime you guys have a question about anything that you think I've done, come to me and ask me. I will talk to you and I'll be honest. Now it's getting to the point to where it's too many people and I can't be on the phone all day. But you know, these were like, if you were once a subscriber of mine and you heard that I said something or done something that you don't like and you're going to start bashing me, before you do it, come to me. Ask me what happened. I'll try to explain it to you because I'm not perfect. And I wish people would stop putting that on me. I'm not. So Tiffany and Ashley came to me. We talked it out. Everything was good. Now, one of the things that neither one of them was a fan of my friend, the friend that we're kind of talking about right now. Tiffany and Ashley did not really care for her, right? And I was like, well, I like her. She has taken up for me. She started her channel just to defend me. She's never given me a reason not to like her. At some point, they spoke to her themselves, and they formed a friendship with her themselves. I had my friendship with her on my own. I had my friendship with Adria on my own. However, there was a group chat that I think she started as well with me, Adria, and her. But my friendship with Ashley and TT was on its own until Joe started a group chat and added us all in it. And then it became like we were all in this group chat together, always, you know, and we were always there. And every day people were talking in there. I wasn't in there every day, just like I'm not in my mod chat every single day. I try to be there as often as possible because these are my friends. One of the things that Joe had a problem with is that I didn't call her. She said she felt like I was choosing TT and Ashley over her. When I say TT, I'm referring to Tiffany. She said she felt like I was choosing them over her because I was talking to them more. And I was like, you understand, I'm talking to them more because they call me. And I even have it on audio. I said, Joe, you know I'm not the type of person where I call people a lot. I don't call people. Like, and I hate to sound like I'm that type of friend that I don't call my friends, but it's just because it's always busy here and it's always chaotic here. So I don't really call my friends. And if you're friends with me and you want to talk to me, most of the time you got to call me. You know, if I'm not busy with the kids, I'm usually working. So unfortunately, I don't call my friends very often. And I have some real life friends, the real life friends that I've met, like, you know, that can tell you that. Uh, it's not because I don't consider you my friend. It's just because I'm always busy. And a lot of times it's loud in the background. So if I do think like, oh, I wonder what's going on with Tiffany or Ashley or Joe or Adria or whatever, it's usually loud in the background and I'm doing something anyway. So I'm like, oh, I'll just wait for them to call me, you know? So that was one of the things is I was like, so for her to now say that I call people every day and I instruct them on what to do, when one of her issues with me was that I didn't call her and she knew that I didn't call them. And when I told her, I said, you know, I don't even call them. They have to call me. And that's sad to be that type of friend. And she goes, no, but I'm never going to be that type of friend, Leslie. I know you're busy, so I'm not going to be calling you all the time, aggravating you and bothering you. So, okay, the thing is, because I wanted to talk about why I recorded our last two conversations with her. On like May 22nd, out of nowhere, she left our group. Just out of nowhere, she left our group. We didn't know why. And because I'm not in our group 24/7 looking at everything that's happening as it's happening, she left it like early in the morning, I think at like 5 in the morning. And I didn't know it until hours later, like maybe around 9. But when I saw that she left the group, I messaged her and I was like, hey, is everything okay? I saw that you left the group. Are you all right? And she said she was okay, but she needed a breather, that she was just going through a tough time and she just needed to back away. And my response to her was like, I get that. I have to back away from it sometimes too, because it can be a lot. Because
you know how to turn on slow mode?
I do not know how to turn it on slow mode. Because one of the things that comes with having a channel, if you engage with your people, is they'll message you through, you know, certain messaging things, you know, like, and I get a lot of messages. That's okay. Trolls are more than welcome to be here as long as they are respectful and they actually have questions that have some substance to solve a problem. Or if you're just going to come in here and talk crap, grow the hell up and leave.
Yeah, I don't really care if there's trolls in here. Y'all, I mean, we got mods, they can delete whatever. But I mean, this is about us saying something, because how many? It's been video after video after video,
like 20-something
of
videos.
people putting out stuff, and like Michael Bauer, he keeps asking for proof
of what?
That she didn't play the entire audio. Like, that's been put out.
That's been put out.
Go
it's on
look for
Twitter.
it. I mean, we don't have it right here.
Tiffany, send it
Go
to
look
me. I'll
for
play
it.
it. No, Tiffany, send me the entire audio. I'll put
It's
it
been
out.
You know, if people,
it made no sense. Hold on, I want to say this. It made no sense. The audio, literally, that one clip in the screenshot of it, underneath that, Joe says, well, did you ever think, Leslie, that maybe someone from Steve's side faked the email? If it's fake,
thank you, Fairy Dusty.
Why would she be, if I just admitted to faking this email, why would she be wondering if somebody from Steve's side done it?
So many people.
It's stupid.
If that was true, so many people would have jumped on that. I mean, it would have been something that 4 other creators jumped on, but
even Katie and Unirock listened to it and they knew that it was bullcrap.
It was shot down immediately because it was taken out of context. The whole message wasn't played, and that led this whole thing off. And like, to me, that was like one of the worst things that she could possibly that she got from 8-9 months of screenshots with Leslie being in this chat. And there's like a couple other things that like she's twisted and kind of put out to make Leslie look bad, but basically she just keeps on saying that Leslie's behind all this stuff. Leslie's behind all this stuff. And I'm telling you, I mean, that's dumb. I don't know. I mean, obviously, and I'll tell you something else. She wants to talk about my parenting. You know, I heard, and it really didn't bother me, and it really don't, because if somebody's talking crap about me, I look at who it's coming from. And if they have no valid part of their life, if their life is totally invalid, they've never achieved or done anything with their life, then I'm not going to listen to them. Why would I listen to somebody who's a low life loser?
Congratulations, veteran.
You know,
two tours.
But
so you have the right. Well, never mind.
But anyway,
so you can speak whatever you want to speak, but never mind.
She wanted.
But he's accomplished stuff. So why is he going to care? But people's getting lost on the story, and I understand that.
Well, I just want to cover this while I'm thinking about it. She wants to talk about my parenting when she gave her own one and only kid up for adoption.
Which and now
fine. She wants to talk about not just my parenting, other people's parenting.
The thing is,
you don't have a leg to stand on if you give your one and only kid up for an adoption, and like that's fine. That's fine if you do that, but don't go criticizing other people because you don't know what it's like being a parent, and you ain't never been a parent. You gave up the opportunity to be a parent, so don't criticize other people.
That's fine because we're not here to bash people that give their kids up for adoption. If you feel like that's the right thing, you do that. But one thing you cannot say, if you've never taken a bite out of an apple, you can't say that the apple's a bad apple or that it tastes like crap if you've never eaten a damn apple. If when you walk through the grocery store, you pass the apples up, you can't get home and say, those apples taste like shit. No, you can't. So you cannot not raise kids and then attack a damn good father and say that he's not a good father and then call him abusive because that is against the law. If you want to make a ride to the police station, how about you tell them what you're doing? You tell them to look at my channel and see how much I've talked about you and see how much I've said that was slanderous. Nothing. You've said, and yes, we have contacted an attorney. And literally, because there's so much, the freaking retainer fee is going to be like double because the attorney specializes in internet and cyberbullying and literally looked at the content and was like, there's so much content in such a short period that the retainer fee is going to be double. Normally, I would only charge this, but we're going to have to charge this because it would take hours of us sitting here digging through this. And one thing, I don't want to be one of those people that like, you can't criticize me. Hell, there's been a channel up unveiling the mask for a year. Whatever. Do your thing. But I'm not, like, don't.
Hold up. I want to read this. Kit Dag. You both are on hate channels daily talking about Joe and KJ as well, then blame.
No, I'm not. Daily my ass.
Respond. First off.
Hold on. Let me say this. Okay. Joe left our chat and I was like, if you need me, you let me know when I reached out to her. The very next day, the reason her and Tiffany got into it was because the very next day in her stream, she was talking about how she lost her friends because she was doing the right thing by taking up for KJ. Lie. That is a blatant lie. I have the phone call between me and Joe where I talk about the fact where Joe says, I felt like I was getting heat for defending Katie. I said, from who? Who made you feel like you couldn't defend Katie, Joe? Well, I just felt that way. I said, who made you feel that way? I said, Joe, because I've never told you couldn't defend Katie. Defend her if you want to. I've defended her at points. With the Steve stuff, I've defended Katie. I'm glad that she done what she done with that. Like, there's things even I could, like, you guys want to act like I have hatred for this woman. I don't think she deserves everything that she gets. So I feel like some of it she's walked into, absolutely. But I don't feel like she deserves all of it that she's gotten. And I can say that. And this one, the very next day, she was saying that she lost her friends because she was defending Katie. And the very next day on a stream, or maybe it was the day after that, she was saying how her YouTube friends ain't real friends, talking about us without saying our names. And I didn't even know this. So one of the last two times that I talked to her and tried to like navigate what was going on in our friendship, I knew that her and Tiffany had gotten into it, but I did not know why. That is why. It was because she was already on streams talking about us without saying our name, and TT was hurt by it. Tiffany was like, you just left our group chat. We don't know why. Every one of us reached out to you to see if you were okay.
Thank you so much, Tessa, for the $20 super chat.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tessa. People are happy until they think you're succeeding them. Don't take advice from someone unless their life is headed in the direction. Absolutely. Thank you for the super chat. But also, my husband watched a video where he left a comment and she screenshotted his comment and was putting it in the Discord and sending it out to people. And before our friendship even dissipated, dissolved, whatever, before we went our ways, she was sending private videos about me out to people. When it was something that I told her, please don't show anybody this. And this was something very personal to me that she sent out to other people, right? And like, so if you want to say, first off, I'm not in chats every day talking about this. No, I'm not. Have I watched?
She ain't.
I'm really not.
And you might see me comment and say something because I have it pop up. I have what's that? BX Beast Boy. He pops up in my feed and I watch his videos and I know what happened. But you know what? I quit. I actually not too long ago I quit just going and watching every little video because half of them about Katie that come out now are just people trashing her, just people trashing her for like her looks and stuff like that. And I don't agree with that. I don't see any problem with people making videos about her actions and what she's done to other people on YouTube. But if it's a video just trashing her looks and talking about this and talking about that, I'm not watching that. So you might see me comment on on a video, but I'll comment on a video. Everybody on YouTube watches videos and comments on videos. And I'll comment on a video if I want to. And to say that I'm sitting there just bashing, first off, I ain't said nothing about Joe in a while, except for today in the chat that I was in today with Britters and Lindsay and everybody. But up until that point, I hadn't said nothing because me and Leslie both talked about it and said the best thing to do is not talk about it, not talk about her because all she wants is views. This is all about views. And like, that's fine, whatever. But to accuse us of constantly going in other people's stuff. And another thing, like, man, I left a comment in one video the other day, like defending Leslie. And man, this was so stupid. Somebody was like, oh, this must be Leslie. I did it under my account, the Bass. And somebody was like, oh, this must be Leslie because I've never seen Sean misuse the word did and done. Are you kidding me? Like,
where do y'all think I get it from?
She probably started talking that way because of me. We understand how to speak properly, but we live in an area where people talk a certain way. Our family talks a certain way. And if I'm going to a job interview, then I talk properly. But if I'm not going in a job interview and I'm hanging out on YouTube, I'll talk how I normally talk. And so does she. But to accuse, like whenever I say something, first off, she doesn't go under my profile. I go under her profile to answer things. Like,
because he's my manager.
Yeah, to answer comments and like comments and tell her, hey, this person said this, just to help her out so she can talk to her subs on a regular basis. But she never goes in my account. There's no reason she would go in my account.
No, I was literally out shopping when he called me and was like, hey, I just commented somewhere and they think that it's you. And I was like, and the person that it is has actually asked me to watch her. She's messaged me on IG and was like, please watch me. You don't even have to say anything. Just watch me. No, I'm not. I don't watch people that I know they're talking about me. I don't want to. Why would I? Like, I'm not doing that. Why would you want to do that to yourself? I try to be a positive person and an upbeat person. You like, even my kids know that about me. Like, what's up? This is the real Katie. I'm not fake. So good to see your channel. Doing well. Thank you, Katie.
No, first off, somebody just said once again, that's not true. You're in all kind of other people's chats and stuff, talking crap about Katie, talking crap about
I don't talk crap about Joe. Katie at all.
First off, and
I ain't even talk crap about Joe.
I just said that I did, and that I have not gotten any videos lately to where it's just bashing Katie for her looks, and I haven't said anything about Joe until today in Britters chats. That's what I just said. Are people not paying attention?
It's funny you people can say, "Oh, y'all are in other people's videos in the chat saying things," while there's before I even. And first off, I actually enjoy some of these people. I never know when they're going to go live, but if I sit down to like work on the computer and I look on YouTube and so's live. Like the other day, Love Calling People Out was live, and like when she was first live, she was listening to Joe, but then she went in and talking about like Janelle and like her makeup and stuff, and like I watched that. Did I comment a few times? Yep, and I got angry, and I wished I wouldn't have. I'm not perfect, but you mean to tell me you're gonna get on my stream and call me out for being in a chat and defending myself against the person that literally is going live every day talking about me? You got your ass backwards. You are literally ass backwards. Like, I can go in whoever's chat I want to. I'm not sitting on my stream every day making up lies about someone. So if that's your issue, you need to figure something out within yourself. I don't lie on this person. I've never lied on this person. I just want this person to leave me alone. That's it.
Send it to her.
Go.
Send it to her.
Your
I don't know
way.
what you're talking about, Leslie. I mean, I don't care either. I just told you what I did, and that's what I do. I mean, I don't care. One thing about it, I don't lie, and I'll tell you something else. If there was something that I know people accused her of doing, and I knew that she did it, I wouldn't be on YouTube defending it. I'll let her do that. I mean, but when people are accusing her of doing things that I know she doesn't do, and I know what people are saying are complete and utter lies, I'm gonna get on YouTube and defend it. Like, I don't care.
And okay, I'm gonna play.
I really don't give.
I'm gonna play this because this is one part that will prove to you guys that I literally sit back. Was I in a group chat with my friends? Yes. Where sometimes we talked about people that have attacked us for weeks and weeks and weeks? Yes. But was I behind all kind of craziness? No. And this phone call was like on May 26th or something like that.
I was just worried that things like, because it does, everything seems to come back and bite you in the butt, and it's freaking annoying because you're not doing anything, but it still comes.
I don't know why I cut off, but she literally says right here, this is one of the last times I talked to her. She said, it's annoying that I need to find the whole clip. She's actually, you know what? Hold on. I actually do have it.
I was just worried that things like, because it does, everything seems to come back and bite you in the butt, and it's freaking annoying because you're not doing anything, but it still comes back and bites you in the butt.
Yeah, so that's her saying that there. That she knows that I don't deserve for stuff to come back and bite me in the butt. One of the things that we were talking about was the fact that when she says things on her channel, it constantly like comes back on me. I mean, I have clips where where I tell she like I said earlier, where she says, everybody is welcome in the chat, you guys. As long as everybody, if whoever comes in this chat, if they're respectful, you guys be respectful to them. I don't care. This will absolutely, it'll prove again that I don't have this hatred towards Katie that side tries to act like I do. Like, oh, Leslie faked the Abe screenshots because she hated Katie. What? Actually, I thought it was noble of Katie to message me that day, the day that we lost him, and she like sent her condolences. Like, I thought, I literally, I was sitting at my sister's house. We had got back from the hospital. We have been home at her house for a couple hours. And I think Katie may have messaged me first because I had gotten a message, and then like an hour later, my sister was like, "Hey, Katie messaged me and sent her condolences," and I was like, "Yeah, she messaged me too. That was really nice of her." So for anybody to be like, "Oh, what?" I thought it was nice. Like, why would I then fake screenshots? Especially, I'm with my family on a day where nothing else matters except being with my family. And that's honestly, like, I've never met people that care so much about internet stuff. You guys got me twisted thinking I care that much about it, and I don't. Like, this is my job.
Donji, so all the beefs you've had, you've never done anything wrong.
I never said
I
that I've
mean,
never done anything
How
wrong.
many times have you apologized
I've
for
literally
things you've done and
apologized
said?
several times
How many
for
times?
certain things. I'm not going to sit here and take everything on myself, though.
And you know, I'll be the first one to apologize if I do or say something and then have a change of heart or feel like maybe I shouldn't have said that and maybe you know, like it was rude or whatever. I will apologize as long as it's, you know, like if you're a subscriber and you actually care and you're not just trying to cause drama and I say something that offends you or she says something that offends you, like, well, apologize. I have no problem saying I'm sorry. I tell her I'm sorry for things that I do all the time, like mistakes that I make. I have no problem doing that. But I tell you, I mean, if you're just constantly running her down and stuff, like, I'm not apologizing to you. If you constantly run her down, talk crap about her, and then I say something back to you, like, man, don't get it twisted. Like, I ain't gonna sit there and apologize to you. Like, for what? Defending my wife?
I do not know how to slow down the chat, you guys. I'm really sorry. I don't know how to do that.
I know how to do it, but
okay, I'm gonna play this because give you guys an idea, and then I'm gonna explain because I think some people are confused because I know this is one of the reasons why I didn't even want to go on my channel with this. I don't want my channel to be drugged down with dumb crap. Like I have literally companies messaging me, emailing me every other day with offers. A lot of them I don't take because it's stuff that like helicopter simulator games to promote those. I don't know.
And
no,
then
I'm not going to do
the
that.
ones you do take,
but
it's hard for us to find time to do it. But yet, some people think that you waste so much time. Like, when she could be doing promotions, recording videos, editing videos, and getting them put out, why would she spend so much time trying to cause problems for other creators that really don't mean, like, it doesn't affect her channel. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't help her channel to hurt another creator. It doesn't help her channel to spend time and I guess it makes no sense at all. And I don't know, I feel like people that believe a lot of these things that are said, they just want to believe it. Honestly.
Absolutely. There are people that misery loves company. There are people that love this drama. And I love reality TV drama. I do not like real life drama. It doesn't sit well with me. It weighs heavy on me. It frustrates me. I have kids. I don't want to be frustrated all the time. That's why back in December, I had to back out of it. I was frustrated and I was already going through so much. And then I was frustrated all the time. And like I said, people got it twisted thinking that I cared that much about this YouTube drama. When I backed out, I can't believe you backed out, Leslie. You done so-and-so so wrong. I don't care. I was taking care of myself so I could be who I needed to be for my family. And if some grown man or grown woman or whoever you are couldn't understand that, that's your problem. I have to be in a good state of mind, and that drama was not putting me in a good state of mind. So I backed away from it. And if it bothered you, I'm sorry. But there's people asking, who is Joe? For you guys that don't know, okay. So my channel started back in April of last year. And a couple months into it, me and another creator started having some issues. And it was kind of like a war between us for a little bit. And then this person started messaging me. But the thing is I get a lot of messages from people. And we were friendly. She was nice. And then a couple weeks later, like a channel pops up. And I honestly didn't even know that it was the person that had messaged me. I didn't know that I had corresponded with this person. Like, I don't remember this person telling me I'm going to make a channel to defend you. I don't. But this person made a channel and started defending me, which I was like, well, that's nice. You know, that. However, defending me sometimes came with, like, she would drag people. Like, she said some really negative things about the other creator's son. And there was a lot, you know, and there was times where I would just like,
A lot of things that made you uncomfortable.
A lot of things made me uncomfortable because it's not things that I
She
do.
would come to me and tell me like, "Hey, Joe just did this. Joe, I don't."
But because this person constantly proclaimed to be doing this to defend me, I felt like I had to be appreciative of it, So I was, and eventually it got to where she became friends with some of my other friends, Ashley and Tiffany, and she started a group chat months ago. I don't know, January maybe. I don't even know when it was. And in the group chat, she put me, Ashley, Tiffany, and Adria. I have my own personal friendship with Ashley and Tiffany, away from Joe. But because Joe had then become friends with them, she started this group chat, which she labeled bitches. And we just all started chatting in this chat like you would do if you're added to a group chat with all the people that you're cool with, right? So we did that. And not long after that, Joe lost some moderators. And she was telling us all kind of stuff about these people, which I still didn't say too much. Until I started becoming attacked by some of these people that I didn't know why. I suppose these people, her ex-mods, were attacking me because me and Joe were friends. I don't know, because I didn't say nothing about these people for a while until like weeks and weeks of her ex-mods like going on Twitter talking about me, calling me a drug addict, saying things about my kids, saying things about my husband. Finally, I started speaking up. Like, I actually done a Patreon stream where I spoke up on it. And I was like, this is bull crap. Like, these people, I don't know these people. My job has been called at the radio station by some, not these particular people, but other people that they were all, because all of these people, for some reason, when they decide they don't like me for whatever reason, they all gang up together. And it's like, the first people that I first started having issues with, my ex-moderators, it was literally a snowball effect of me and Katie making amends. Me and Katie had our issues. We made amends, and some of my moderators were not okay with it, and they wanted to step down as moderators, which that was, I wish them well. I was like, okay, I wish you well. That's fine. I understand. Some of them and my sister went back and forth, and they did not like her. They spoke a lot about how they did not like my sister. They argued a good bit with her, and I was, like, I don't need this. After I lost a few moderators, I was on Katie's channel with her, and they were there, and issues happened. It was just a lot. So now Joe, who was my friend, or I thought, for 8 months, longer than that, for like a year or something, she is going to other people that don't like me for reasons like I don't even understand. I've even apologized to these people for like the fact that I hurt their feelings. People that lied to me, has channels bashing me.
Had a group chat.
Talking crap about me and my sister.
Honestly, because Leslie wasn't making, like, this is what it boils down to.
They wanted me to make.
They wanted to control Leslie's channel. And when Leslie made amends with Katie, they didn't like it. So then they all started this group chat behind her back where they were talking crap about Leslie. And then one of her mods came and finally told her about it. And then when she asked the mod that was supposedly like her best friend, they talked all the time. She asked several times, like, is there a group chat? Is there a group chat? Is there a group chat? And that person just kept lying.
And I wouldn't have cared. I really wouldn't have cared. I just wanted honesty, because when you have a team, like, this is my business, and when you have a team, your team needs to be honest with you. So that's what it was, I just saw a question where somebody
said,
and Leslie encouraged Joe's toxic behavior. No, I didn't. Just like if you have a friend that you don't agree with a lot of what they do, was there time? I'm not going to say that. Was there times out of anger that I said, yeah, fine, do it? Absolutely. I'm not perfect. Truth, sleuth, whatever. I'm not perfect. There were times out of anger, somebody would put something on Twitter about me or my child or my husband, and Joe would say, "Oh, I'm going to go comment this," and I would say, "Yeah, go do it."
Who's encouraging it right now?
Yeah, who's encouraging?
Who's
right
been
now?
encouraging it? Nobody needs to encourage her. She has no. That's the thing. Like she's doing toxic crap for a long time, and like I said,
I can be friends with
Leslie
people
did
and-
not like a lot of
Yes.
things that she did, and she constantly complained about how it affected her. It affected her channel. It made her look bad, but because this woman was nice to her and called her and talked to her, and they had a group chat and they had talked about each other. You know, they had talked about each other's lives. You know, she didn't never really say anything to her. She did. I tell you what, there were several times that she did put a stop to some of the things that
there were times where I said, "No, you don't need to do that," because it was not good.
Yeah.
Did I always do it? No, I didn't. Do you always? And first off, I'm not that type of person too. Like I'm a very type of person where I just don't say a lot, and I've always been that way. Honestly, the past 6 months to a year, I actually speak up a little bit more than I ever have, which causes people to get mad at me.
Leslie's not suing Katie for the arrest. Leslie has a lawsuit going
Against
on
the police.
with the police, with the police here and where she was arrested at. She's not suing Katie. That's stupid.
Now I did have to get. I have to prove that my arrest affected my job here on YouTube. So I did, like, that was something that Joe put out that, I had to gather information that Katie and Uni talked about Leslie's arrest so Leslie could sue Katie and Uni. Joe knows that's a lie. What I asked several people for is if you see my arrest mentioned on YouTube, on Twitter, I'm not attacking the people that said it. I just need to prove that it was talked about, that it damaged my reputation, because it did. I was called a drug addict by several people. People still call me a drug addict when I've taken a hair follicle test that goes back 3 months at least. And I took that hair follicle test, a week after my arrest. So, and then there's literally idiots out there saying, you waited enough time for your system to be clean. But I was arrested, and a week later, I done a hair follicle test, which goes back 3 months.
Honestly,
okay, whatever.
It went way farther back than 3 months. I mean, it depends on the length of the hair. They only use 90 days of it, though. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't care. Like, we understand people. There's going to be people that don't like Leslie, and we understand that. That's fine. And I don't care. I mean, there's going to be people that talk crap about her. That's fine, whatever. But this whole thing with these messages coming out, like, there's 8-9 months of messages, and what's the worst? I mean, the worst thing.
I mean, you're probably going to see me right in there saying stuff.
These were
out of anger.
These were messages between her and her friend, who she thought was her friend. But looking back, I honestly believe a lot of it was just a setup. So,
yeah, because that's something else. Is we realized that this person was recording us from way back, like our conversations, taking screenshots of our messages from way back, because it would be when we had older default pictures. Like when I went to my family reunion, I don't even remember when it was. When was that? But I changed my default picture because I took a picture. Me and my daughter took a picture, and I changed my default picture. Tiffany, her default picture has changed. Ashley's default picture has changed. Why does Joe have screenshots of our messages from before our default pictures have changed? Why was she taking screenshots of? My thing is, if she was to go back right now, it would be our default pictures as of now, not like
what?
So it shows that she was taking screenshots while we were still friends. And I found out that she sent private stuff of mine. And remember, you guys, she claimed to be all for me, my best friend, so loyal to me. But before we even were not friends anymore, she was sending things to other people about me. Like, what?
Okay, people keep asking about the background checks or whatever.
Okay, I want to play this really quick. I think this is it. Wait, it's not. Hold on.
It is petty. It is extremely petty. I mean, but you know, if somebody's going to talk about it over and over and over and accuse Leslie of being something like,
I don't know.
I feel like we have every right to
It's just
speak out.
frustrating because, like, I don't know. It is just completely and utterly frustrating for me.
I just wish when you started feeling like we were, I don't know, because like I said, I went back and looked and I can't figure out how, like, what we said that made you feel that way other than me. Like, even you're like, oh, well, I feel like TT and Ashley come back and you just, like, you're all for them over me. And that's not the case. I have the kids here. I have Shine here. There's no way I can evenly distribute my time on a schedule to make sure everybody gets, like, the same amount of time. I don't call Ashley. I don't call TT. They have to call me to talk to me. And that's one of the things that TT said to me the other day. If I want to talk to you, why am I the one that has to call you? And I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be that type of friend. It's just because
I've never been able to do that. Even if you remember back when we were just like Southern YouTuber, I was never that type of person to keep ringing you because you were a busy life. I'm never going to be that. Do you know what I mean? And like, so for me, because and I do get it, you're fucking, oh my god, like you're super busy, like ridiculously busy, but they get to talk to you because they ring you. I'm never going to be that. I'm not going to sit there and bug you. I know what it takes to take a call from me. That takes like 3 hours out of your day, even if it's just an hour phone call. And I get that. So I'm never going to be that person to keep ringing you. And if you think back, I've never ever done it either.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying too, Joe, is like, when you say, like, I mean, like you said it today, you said it the other day, like, why am I kind of like behind Ashley and TT? And it's like, what am I doing to make you feel that way? Because if they ring me and I talk to them, I'm not going to say, well, no, I haven't talked to Joe today, so I don't need to answer the phone for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not purposely trying to put anybody above anybody. Like, I look at my friendships all.
Just like, you know, when you have a pee, you could just be like, hey, just checking in, hope you're okay.
She said, when you have a pee. She said, no, just like when you have a pee, you could call and check in with me and say, hey, how's it going? What? Honestly, what am I normally doing when I pee? Like, on my phone. I'm literally working. Even as I'm peeing.
And like, that's if she doesn't have a kid.
In there with me.
A kid climbing on top of her. Like, nobody knows what it's like to have. Unless you have a bunch of kids, nobody knows what it's like. And she's liable to go in there and sit down and pee and have 2 kids climbing all over her, you know? So, but that just shows you right there how, you know, she's trying to say that Leslie is all in this chat, on the phone every day, telling people what to do. And that just totally
blew that away.
The
fact, yeah, her claiming that I run things, you guys are hearing it, where she talks about the reason she's bothered is that I don't call her enough. So which is it? Am I calling you every day and instructing you what to do? And this is the background checks. Let me tell you, background checks was done on me and I was not okay with it. It was weird. And I done a stream on it and I was like, you know, it's weird because you can find out people's home addresses. It's just, I have kids. So, you know, did we do background checks, me and Adria and TT and Joe? Well, Joe can't. She asked us to do them for her because back when Joe was putting it out there that Lauren was harassing her so much, we talked about the fact of her taking legal action. Heck, I even talked to the district attorney about it because they were constantly talking about me too, and I hadn't done anything to these people. I did not know who these people were. You arrested and made it worse. I'm sorry. I thought you might use drugs. Not fair of me and not okay. I'm truly sorry. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate that.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I've apologized for the Munchausen by proxy comment. I mean, literally the day after I said it, I was like, I shouldn't have said that. I don't know enough about it. And that's something that I still get a lot of crap for is people saying that I said that. I'm like, I've said so many times, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said it. Out of anger, we say things when we shouldn't say it. And I know that. That's why I try not to get on here when I'm heated, you guys. I've done it before and it costs me a lot. I don't want to do that. I actually done it the other day because me and Joe were messaging the last time I went live about this situation. Joe was messaging me and she said she said, I feel like I'm your punching bag. And I was like, what? And I had to I was just so blown away because I don't treat anyone like a punching bag. I'm one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Even all these people, well, Sean may say a little different. Sometimes I can get a little rowdy. But even these people that have attacked me so much, it takes them attacking me for weeks before I say something back. And even when I have said anything back, I don't attack. I don't attack them like that. I try not to go very low, because I don't like it when people do it to me. But, oh yeah. So what was going on is, what was going on is Joe had talked about, pressing charges or whatever, and too, y'all, people called my job. These were people that were constantly going after me on Twitter all day, every day, putting up videos about me,
commenting on pictures of you and your daughter,
commenting on pictures of me and my daughter, tagging other people in my pictures for some reason. Me and my daughter was sitting in the vehicle in my friend's yard. We were doxxed.
Our financial records were put out.
A lot of stuff. So, yep. Absolutely, positively, but I did not put any of that information out. I did not put any of that information. Did I get petty a few times? Yeah, I did. But I never got petty with any of these people first. I just want to do my own thing. I just want to run my channel. This helps take care of my family. And the other day, Joe put up a community post claiming she added YouTube. She added YouTube and claimed, she called my husband Mr. Abuser, first off, which is slanderous. So absolutely, I reported that. And she claimed that I'm using my channel to take down little channels when I'm not trying to take down anyone's channel. Literally, go look at my content. What am I doing on my content? Talking about Teen Mom, talking about Mama June. Because you see me in love calling people out every once in a while, speaking up and saying something. Oh, I'm the bad person versus your 28 videos in less than a month. July 21st. And honestly, that's just when she started mentioning us by name. She actually started talking about us in underhanded comments the day after she left. And she may have started before then, but that's when her and TT, that's why her and TT had an issue. And you see, when me and Joe parted ways, when me and Joe parted ways, one of the things that we said was we was not going to go after each other. And I had no intentions on doing that. And she said, well, I hope TT and them don't go after me. And I said, no, TT told me she's not going to go after you at all unless you go after her. You guys, if someone goes after you and is on stream saying things about you, they're on Twitter watching you, are you going to go to Twitter? First off, I will put it like this too. Joe was contacted privately by every one of us. Adria messaged her privately, I think, and sent her that letter and was like, you want a public war. We don't know why. Leave us alone. You're talking about us in videos. You're talking about us behind the scenes to people, lying on us. Stop. Stop now. If you don't stop, we're going to come out with stuff too, Joe. Please stop. TT asked her to stop. Ashley asked her to stop. When Joe done a video and someone contacted me and said, Leslie, I think Joe's talking about you on her video. And Joe made a comment, something to the effect of, I'm not going to go after them MFers, because if I go after one of them MFers, I'm going to go after all the MFers. And they was like, I think she's talking about you. So I contacted Joe and I was like, who are you talking about? Because people, they're thinking that you're talking about us. They realize we're not really friends and they think you're talking about us. And that's going to start an issue if you're continuously saying these sly comments in your videos, leading your people to think that you're talking about me and your other friends. So, like, who are you talking about? And she really wouldn't answer the question. She's like, everyone. I'm talking about everyone. I'm like, okay, Joe, but you asked. You yourself said, I'm not going to go after anyone. Y'all don't come after me. I'm not going to go after y'all. But now you're on your videos making these comments that while you're not saying our name, people know you're talking about us. We know you're talking about us. And she just said, everyone. And I said, no, I need you to tell me who you're talking about. And she said, I'm talking about Britters. I said, okay. Well, if Britters is the first person you're talking about, I'm not going to go after one of the MFers, meaning Britters, I guess, or I'm going to have to go after all the MFers. Who's the other all MFers? Like, who is that? Just everyone. I said, okay, well, you're letting me know there you're talking about us. Stop, because that's what's going to cause the issue. And one of the things about these girls is I don't control them. And I mean, I've been on the phone with these girls before, and we say, like, oh, let's just ignore it. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. We're just going to ignore it. Don't pay no mind to it. Just ignore it. So to say anything different, I mean, there's been times where I've talked about addressing things, and then I'm like, no, I'm just going to ignore it. I'm just going to ignore it. Let me see. Why is that up there?
Because that's what they do.
Are they live streaming my video?
Yeah, they live stream videos. Yeah.
Oh. Hold on, let me see. If you are live streaming me, you may get struck. I'm not even going to play.
They can do it. It's fair use.
Oh, not really. YouTube is very strict with their fair use. I mean, I played 8 seconds of something and put a fair use thing in it, and I still got in trouble for it. So if you want to stream this, at least come and ask me. Especially if you're a hater running your mouth talking crap about me. You don't get the privilege. You shouldn't get the privilege of making money off my stream.
Little Red.
Yeah, Little Red. The person that literally begged me to come into her channel and watch her not too long ago. And I don't even know why Little Red has an issue with me. Oh, never mind. I do know why. It's because I backed out back in December after losing my nephew, my whole family being sick, and not wanting to deal with YouTube drama. For some reason, she just started hating me.
She's one of Steve's pets. So.
Yeah. My thing is, if she would have come to me and said, hey, can I play this on my channel? I may would have said yeah. I don't know. But she literally is the one that.
I mean, she streams.
Like, Little Red, I've never watched your channel. We're just going to put that out there, okay? My husband has. I don't. Not going to. You asked me to, and I'm not going to do it. So if you see my husband commenting on something on your channel, it ain't me, girlfriend.
No. I don't watch it anymore. I didn't watch that video, but I commented on it because you put Leslie Bass's name in there. But I mean, you put Katie's name in there, Unirock's name in there, and Leslie Bass's name in there. So I guess you're just trying to get views off all those names or something. I don't know. I mean, I don't really care. Little Red's irrelevant. All those other people are irrelevant.
Yeah, that's my thing is, like, I make my living on my channel by talking about, like, celebrities, and I don't even go too hard on them because, like, I just don't want to go. I don't want to go too hard on them in case they do watch I did in the beginning. I used to go, like, really hard on Janelle, and then when I contacted Barbara, she was like, my daughter says you're a hater. I don't want to talk to you. It kind of like a light bulb went off, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't go, like, so hard on them. I can still cover this and not be mean or rude to these people, you know? So I try not to. So I'm not trying to make money by causing pain on anybody else. So I don't think anybody should be able to make money off me by trying to cause pain on me.
You know, I'll say this too about some of those people that run in that crowd. Some of her old mods, like, she knows things about them that could really cause them problems. in their marriage and with their family life. I mean, she knows personal things, and she has all those messages. She could have, if she really was this horrible person that was just constantly trying to cause drama and stuff, she would post a lot of these messages and try to cause these people problems. But she doesn't. I mean, she's trying to make content. She's trying to ignore all the drama. And I'm constantly telling her, like, yeah, I do watch a lot of it. I do keep up with it because I want to see if people are saying stuff about her. And if they do, I defend her. But I'm constantly telling her not to get involved, to stay away from it, because she's so busy editing videos, putting out content, and being a mother, being a wife. You know, she doesn't have time for that. And anytime, you know, she gets caught up in there, she starts responding or, you know, gets involved in this, it interferes with her putting out content. And I feel like she has a bunch of supporters that just want to see content. So concentrating on these 50 troublemakers that obviously just want to keep talking about crap and drama, and they reach for whatever. I mean, it's not fair to her other supporters. So I'll tell you something else. As far as the soccer accounts or whatever, I can tell you right now, I ain't got no gosh dang soccer account. If I'm gonna say something, I'll say it with my name. And like I said earlier, Leslie does not get on my account. I get on her account and I help her answer her comments for her videos. If I say something, if the bass, if there's a comment left and it says the bass and it has a picture of me riding bulls, that's me.
Yeah,
That's me.
my husband, and somebody actually said.
And then I have one other account called Sean Bass, and it has my picture, the same picture of me riding bulls on it. Both of them are my account. And if it doesn't have those pictures on it, or I don't know, I mean, can people steal your profile picture too?
I'm sure.
Because I mean, there was times that people said
yeah,
that.
but somebody went into Steve's video and said F you, and I think the name was just Sean Bass, and I was like, that was not my husband. And somebody was like, yes, it was, because if you clicked on it, it took you to his profile. No, it did not. There's no possible way that it did. No,
I saw,
and that don't even happen anymore, I don't think.
I saw Steve. I saw where he made a video talking about Sean Bass, blah 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 blah, and I literally just laughed about it and started watching UFC fights, because that's what I like watching. So
Tessa,
I mean, you're not dragging me in. You're not dragging me into some bull crap. You know, when first off, one thing we've learned is a lot of people on YouTube, they don't fight fair. They fight with lies. They twist things, and
that's why I want no part of it. You can't win against some of these people. You can't
win against people who lie all the time and are willing. People who are willing to twist things. You can't even defend yourself against them. So,
thank you, T Queen. But yeah, like I have like the last 2 phone calls that I made to Joe. Like Joe left our group chat May 22nd, I think it was, and nobody knew why. She left it at like 5 o'clock in the morning, our time. I noticed it around 9. Adria noticed it first. I think Adria noticed it at like 6. Adria has to be up early with her job. So Adria noticed it first, right? And Adria's like, what the hell? Joe left the chat. Before that, none of us knew that there was an issue. None of us knew. Nobody did. We were all fine. Things had happened where like there was like a little bit of situations, but we handled it, or we all thought. Like we were never mean to her about any of it. Like things that she said on her channel that I was not okay with her saying because it caused me trouble. I went to her in a way that I felt was okay. I even asked everyone else. I was like, did I come at her too hard? Like I didn't curse at her. I didn't yell at her. I was just like, why did you say? I was like, hey, why did you say that? Because now I'm having somebody attack me because you said that. I wasn't rude. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, love, XXX. And I was like, it's okay. And she was like, well, actually, you're not the one that told me that anyways. 40 ounce of freedom was. And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure. I was like, I said it in the chat. That's probably where you got it from. She was like, no, 40 ounce. I got proof. And then it was like, well, this Sarah girl that's not a sub, that we don't know who she is, just on Instagram reached out to me and she told me this information. And then, but she deleted her account, so I can't find it. And then it was, no, Adria told me. And then when we asked Adria was like, yeah, I told you, but you already knew. So, like, but we, like, when she put the information out there, like I asked her, I was like, well, I wish you wouldn't have said that because now it's going to cause us heat, but it is what it is. And we moved on from it. It was literally like later on, like weeks later, a week or two, I don't even know for sure. I'm getting a cramp in my leg. Where she left the chat, just out of nowhere, leaves, right? So Adria is the first person to notice, and she messages Joe, and I was like, are you okay? I think so, right, Adria? You messaged Joe? And then at like 9, I noticed, at like 9 o'clock, I noticed it, and I was like, oh my God, I don't know. And I private messaged Joe and I was like, hey, are you okay? 7 minutes from the time that I saw that Joe left the group to the time that I text her. It was 7 minutes. Sorry, 7 minutes. But I was like dealing with the kids. It was early in the morning. I was like, hey, are you okay? I seen that you left the group. She was like, yeah, just overwhelmed. Got a lot going on. So I'm just taking a step back. My response to her was like, I understand. I do YouTube as well. And sometimes I need to take a step back. Take a step back, Joe. If you need me, you let me know. I'm here for you. And she did not respond to that. She just put the little heart on it, which I thought was kind of awkward that she didn't say anything back. But I was like, okay. I don't care. See, that's something else that's false. I don't care who my friends are friends with. After me and Steve had our falling out, Adria and Steve were good friends. I did not care. I've told Joe so many times, be friends with who you want to be friends with. Watch who you want to watch. I do not care.
When you quit talking to Steve, I still talk to Steve for a little while afterwards.
So did my sister.
Until it got to be, I mean, it was just overwhelming. I mean.
Yeah, because it was like always like about drama, you know, and then he got rid of it. Like, so this false narrative that I tell my friends who to be friends with, I don't. People saying you're friends with Britters and she's drama. That has nothing to do with me. I talk to people based off how they communicate with me and how I communicate with them.
People call her, and she has certain people that call her, and they have called her, you know, a lot, and she talks to them, and she's become friends with them. Just because they have problems with somebody else, that doesn't mean that she is involved in that. I mean, anybody who contacts her and talks to her on a regular basis, she's going to talk to him. That's the way she's always been. If anything, throughout our marriage, she's been too nice to people, and it's caused us problems. Like one of the problems back in December, somebody asked, like, thank you, Katie, for the super chat. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, if I missed your super chat, I really do appreciate you guys.
But one of the problems, somebody asked, didn't Sean leave back in December or January? And no, I never left, but we were having a lot of problems. Like we pretty much did separate there for a minute. I mean, we didn't talk to each other for a minute because we're having a lot of problems. So much stuff was going on. And with YouTube, like so many people were just demanding so much of her time. It was putting a big strain. I mean, she had people calling her all the time. People want to talk to her all day, every day. And, you know, she still has that, but she's kind of got a grip on it and cut it down to bare minimum. But it's still to this day, people calling her affects her putting out content because she has so many people that call throughout the day wanting to talk about this, wanting to talk about that, you know, and, so anyways, that it did cause problems back in December. Like there was so much going on, and that's one of the reasons why she quit responding and she withdrew, because me and her before that were having a lot of problems. We were having a lot of issues because her responding to all these people on a daily basis and doing what this person wanted her to do and doing what this other person wanted her to do, it caused problems. I mean, it just took away from what we had going on before. So, I mean, this whole narrative that, you know, she's constantly in her phone, directing people, telling people what to do, it's crap. Has she made mistakes? Yeah. Have I made mistakes? Yeah. You know, if I've offended you and I've said something to you that, you know, was out of line, I mean, I apologize. But I mean, I feel like most of the time I just, for the most part, I just try to defend my wife and defend against things that's said about her. Have I gone low and talked about other people who have trashed Leslie? Yeah, I have.
Sorry.
Go ahead. I'm done. I mean, it's whatever.
Okay, sorry, I was just listening because I have a lot of audios that literally my last 2 phone calls between me and Joe disproves everything she's been saying on her channel. That I run things, that I control her. Literally, I have a piece of a clip where she says, "You guys can't tell me what to do. You know that I do. If I do thing on my own, like where they're as
Where's
friends."
that at? Play that.
Oh well,
Because I want people
Okay,
that
hold on.
I want you. She played it for me earlier, and that just says it all about what Joe and Leslie's relationship was like. Like Leslie wasn't telling her to do things. Joe has always had the attitude, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want to do. Ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing. You know.
I'm gonna go ahead and continue telling the story, and then I'll try to find the audios. But we all reached out to Joe to find out what was wrong, and she basically told me that she just needed time, and I was like, okay, I understand. She told Adria that that it was about the Gumby thing. Wait, what was it? That we were mad at her for outing Gumby, which was not true. I felt like her outing Gumby brought me trouble because of who was behind Gumby. So that bothered me because she knew that the person behind Gumby was going to get mad at me because he knew that me and her were friends. But all that I done was I was like, why did you like out Gumby? Because you know that's going to bring us problems.
And even about the Gumby thing, like, I mean, it was funny at first, like the first couple.
And
ones,
I actually told.
But then it got really
bad.
I mean, it just
was
got
pretty
crappy.
bad.
It got trashy. I mean, it wasn't something that, I don't know. It wasn't like.
Yeah, like the thing was like she thought because she outed that's what she told Adria. So she tells Adria, well, I feel like Leslie's mad at me about the Gumby thing. And this was like a week or so later. I don't even know exactly how long, but it was sometime later where we had literally spoken the chat since then where like we were fine. So, and Adria said, we were like, well, why did Joe leave? She's like, well, I talked to Joe and Joe said that she feels like you are mad at her about the Gumby thing. And we're like, what? No, like that was like old news. We thought we handled that. Let's move on, you know? So I was like, well, she told me that she just needed to step back, and now she's telling Adria that. But I was still going to give her space. I was like, I'm just going to let Joe have a moment. Well, I spoke to like Ashley. Ashley called me like twice within like a 2 or 3 day period. And each time she was like, have you spoke to Joe? And I was like, no, why? Well, I don't know. I'm just asking. I found out later because Joe went to Ashley like complaining about me. And Ashley advised Joe to come to me. She was like, well, just talk to Leslie about it. Leslie's easy to talk to. Just talk to her. But she didn't. She then talked about me to like Britters and told Britters that it was over the Gumby situation. So literally one day Britters messages me and says, like, why the hell, like, I'm not trying to sound like a bitch, but why is everybody mad at Joe for outing Gumby? And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, nobody's mad at Joe for that. Like, what, like, I mean, I wasn't happy about it because I knew that someone was going to get mad at me for it, but like that was like a week and a half or so ago. Like there's like, so I don't really know. Like I just thought Joe was like just taking a break, but now you're like the second person to tell me that she is saying that I'm mad at her when I'm not. So I ended up, talking to like Tiffany and Britters about some stuff going on, and they were telling me about things. They were telling me about things that Joe had told them that didn't make sense to me. That Joe was like, I felt like Leslie wanted me to lie about the Gumby situation. And I was like, no, I didn't want you to lie about it. I just didn't feel what you were trying to say was twisting things. And that's what I didn't want to happen. I didn't want things to get twisted in regards to the Gumby situation. Did I know about the Gumby? Yes, I did. Matt sent me a video of the Gumby. Actually, to be quite honest, and this is 1,000% honesty, Matt, I had not spoken to Matt in a little bit, and he like starts messaging me these videos, which I thought were funny. The first one was like a Snapchat filter of him looking like a baby, and he was like, hey, this is Matt Byers' child looking for my dad. He owes me child support or something. Like it was like a funny video, you know. I was like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. And then he done like a Gumby one. And I was like, that's hilarious.
Matt B.
Yeah, Matt B. Sorry, not Matt C. I was like, that's hilarious. Gumby needs a Twitter. I actually told Matt to do videos about like everyone and make them funny. Because I actually told him that I was like, just make them funny, do them about me. And I even said on a stream, I was like, I want Gumby to do videos about me. Like when Lindsay done an impression of me on whose channel was it? And she's like impersonating me, yelling at Kennedy. That was fine with me. Like I wasn't offended by it, you know. So I thought it would just be like one of those funny things, but it turned a little darker than what I thought that it would turn. So when...
But at that point, I mean, you weren't behind.
No, I had not.
You did not come up with the content. And like, just because I know somebody's doing something, that doesn't make it my responsibility to come out and out this person. Like, people can do whatever the hell they want to do, you know?
So me and Matt spoke for the first, like, I don't know, week or so of Gumby. I don't know.
He was another one that was like, just because him and Leslie were talking, he felt like, you know, that she had to do what he wanted her to do. And I mean,
would gripe at me a lot.
He would call her up just because they talked every once in a while. He would like call her up and gripe at her over something that Joe did or something that one of her, I don't know, just griping about all kind of stuff. And it seems like it's been a pattern. Like there's these people that come around and they want Leslie to run her channel and do things like they want. And they might be a mod or they just might be somebody who talks to Leslie. And then when Leslie finally says, no, I'm not going to do that, and she stands up to him, well, then they get mad and, you know, they start talking crap about her or whatever. And I just think it's crazy. It's crazy to me. You know, it's kind of like, I don't know.
But yeah, like that's the thing is like, Joe said that I told her to take down all her Matt Byers videos and to never speak ill of him. That is not true. One time, like anytime Joe would talk negatively about Matt, he would like message me, not every time, but a lot. He would message me and be like, tell your little friend XYZ, you know, which put me in a really uncomfortable position. Because Joe was my friend. And for the longest time, I felt like Matt was my friend. So it was weird. But then I got to the point to where I felt like, okay, we're not friends because you don't treat your friends this way. But I was still nice to him. because I'm just nice. I don't know. So I was still nice to him. But like Joe would like I personally asked Joe not to talk about the screenshots anymore with my nephew because Flossie did not want that brought up. And like a week later, Joe puts out a video accusing Matt B of making the screenshots.
And I'm gonna say that.
And I was like,
I'm gonna say this too. And then she tried to make some screenshots and frame somebody else for them. And Leslie said no, that she didn't want any part of that, and that it wasn't a good idea. But anyways, about those screenshots, I'm gonna say this about those. Like, I don't think we've ever said this, but man, I have a good idea of who I think it was that made them to begin with, and then on top of it, they were asked not to list. Like, they made a video about it, and they were asked not to list that video publicly. They were supposed to list it privately. And I mean, this was right after Abe passed away. And Leslie asked them not to release it publicly. And then they ended up listing it publicly. And then when a bunch of people had seen it and Leslie caught on that it was public for everybody to see, they were like, oh, it's out. It's already out now. We might as well leave it up. And neither one of us liked that. And looking back now, we kind of took their word that it was an accident. But looking back now and knowing what I know now about how you list videos and how quick you can take them down, there's no doubt in my mind they done that on purpose. And I feel like, I mean, why would they do that? I don't understand. But
sorry, I was catching up on something. But anyways, I like those screenshots, and I got heat for that. Like, after they come out, I was just told this is what it was. And it was on a day where my mind was everywhere. I just got home from my sister's house. So I was like, oh my God, that's terrible. Like, who says something like that? Did I even question it at first? No, because I just believed it was true.
We didn't question it. We thought.
I just believed that it was true.
We believed that it came from the person that they told us.
Who would lie about this, right? Who would send me something saying it come from this person and it not be true? So yes, I believed it. But then after a little bit, I was like, wait, I have no proof that this is real. And I don't want to put, and I've said this plenty of times, I don't want to put this on someone without the proof because that is terrible what that was. Like, I don't care who it is. My biggest enemy, whatever, I don't care. That was terrible to say that about somebody, especially a little baby. So after a while, I was like, I don't want to bring that up again. And then I got heat for it. Like, oh, Leslie don't want to talk about the screenshots anymore. Yeah, I don't. They're not mine. I didn't put that out to begin with. And it's hard for me to read it. It's hard for my sister to see it all the time. So just shut up about it. We didn't put that out. We're not the one that said it happened.
But people didn't care about that. People wanted something. So and at the time we didn't question it, but people wanted something. They wanted to achieve something by making a video about it and then releasing that video. And at the time we thought these people were our friends, we thought that they cared. And I mean, honestly, looking back, I think they did all that on purpose, setting it up because they just wanted to frame somebody else and make somebody else look bad for those screenshots. Somebody being Katie. They wanted Katie to take the fall for it. And I mean, looking back, that kind of opens my mind up to say, well, if they did that, then, what else did they do? Did they make them to begin with? But I don't know. I mean, I have my idea. I don't know for a fact, so I'll never say who exactly done it. But
yeah, that's something else. Is there was a channel that was monetized because of those screenshots. If you become monetized based off those screenshots, like that video doesn't even need to be up. Like, it needs to be taken down. But I just wish it would go away. I didn't bring those screenshots out on a day, one of the worst days of my life. That crap was brought to me. you know. And honestly, nobody should have brought that to me on that day, even at all, really. Like that should have never come to me or my sister.
No.
Um,
And if looking back, if those people cared about us like they claim
or
they
my
did,
sister.
or Flossie, they wouldn't have ever sent that to us. Like nobody would ever sent that to us. Like honestly, if I cared about something, if somebody sent something about my mama or Leslie, there's things that I see that I don't tell her about because I know if I tell her about it, it's just going to hurt her feelings, and it's not true. So honestly, if I would have saw those to begin with, I never would have. I never would have tried to release it or showed anybody. Um, and like at the time, we were kind of caught up in everything going on, and it was just like everything was just nonstop, back to back. We are getting hammered from all sides. Me and her were having a lot of problems, and everything just kind of happened a certain way. But looking back, hindsight's 2020, and I don't think any of those people were our friends, cared about us or anything. I mean, if they were, or Flossie, I don't think they cared anything about Flossie. So,
but like I know my sister thinks that. I think my sister said like, oh, I think Kim cares about me because she like called and checked on me when Abe was in the hospital and when he passed. Joe called and checked on me plenty, and look at her. My ex-mods would call and check on me when they knew that I was struggling. It was the popular thing to do at that moment. Well, you gotta tell the kids to quiet down, babe. It was a popular thing to do because, I mean, there is screenshots out there of those people talking major crap about my sister. And now they like to try to pretend like they like my sister, and it irritates me. But whatever, if my sister wants to choose to believe that, she can. That's whatever. I know that they have said things privately, disgusting things about her. I mean, Joe wanted me to have her arrested after she, like, you know what I'm saying? And she was going to go behind my back and like contact the authorities because me and my sister had like an altercation. Like me and my sister were having some issues or whatever with each other, and I confided in Joe about it. Why I trusted her. I went to Joe and I cried to Joe and Adria about, me and my sister having a rough patch in our relationship. And Joe literally wanted to have my sister arrested behind my back, right? Like months after, 2-3 months after, she lost Abe. So these are people, not only that, but like Joe contacted my sister and then told my sister, like, oh, Leslie told me XYZ about you. Leslie, and then sends audios where I'm confiding in Joe about mine and Flossie's troubles. Like, I wasn't confiding in Joe to try to talk bad about my sister. I was just, I mean, you guys know, like, if you have a sibling and you have a best friend, but you and your sibling get into it and you talk to your best friend about it, sometimes it may seem like you're complaining. You know what I'm saying? Like, did I complain about my sister to Joe? Probably, because we were in a rough patch.
Heck, I've talked to my parent, like when me and her get in an argument, or like I'm mad at her and she's mad at me. I've talked to my mom and dad about problems that we've had, and she's seen those messages before, and I never meant for her to see them. I was mad at the time, and I learned my lesson from doing that. But that's just kind of what people do. They vent. Like when me and her get in an argument, I used to text my mom and dad, and I would vent to my mom and dad.
I want to hit on that. Leslie, and you stayed friends with Joe after she did that to your sister, and after she tried to make fake screenshots of your nephew. It doesn't look good. I understand it doesn't look good. Let me tell you the way my thinking was. During that time, Kim was coming so hard for me. Every day on Twitter, talking about my arrest, talking about my kids. They called my job. I actually, in my own mind, was like, maybe Joe, even though I told her not to do it, I was like, oh no, don't do that. For one, I didn't And Kim, she can hate me all she wants, but okay, there's several reasons why I stopped that. For two, it was a lie. For one, it was a lie. For two, if it come back, how was that going to look on everybody? We were all going to look like pieces of crap, which we would have been. If I would have allowed that to go out, everybody involved would have been the biggest piece of crap ever. For three, if my sister would have seen that and then she would have believed that it was actually Kim, I would have had to be dishonest with my sister about it, right? And I wasn't going to do that. For four,
we didn't even want that brought back up for Flossie to see, like.
But did I continue being friends with her after that? In my own mind, I was like, well, Kim's been coming at me so hard.
She was defending her, so.
Joe's looking for a way to prove to everybody how terrible Kim is, so people won't listen to Kim. And, so because every day on, like, Twitter, Kim's talking about me, and I just don't get it because I've apologized to Kim. Kim got upset because me and Katie made amends.
And you ain't put out stuff that could hurt Kim. And
I have not put out anything that could hurt Kim. Like, did I talk in a Patreon stream about why my mods left my channel and why they started unveiling the mask of KJ and LB? Yes, I did. And then they acted like I'd done something so terrible. They act like I ran over their dog.
But as much as Kim has talked crap, I thought about putting out stuff that I know that she's told me and putting out messages against her. I'm not going to, but I like to. I mean, that's all she wants to do is trash people. So
they are the biggest bullies, but yet the biggest titty babies. Like, they literally, oh my God, in a private chat, Leslie was looking for my daughter. Yep, yeah, absolutely, I did. Yes, I actually, during some of this time where Kim was coming really hard for me, I actually, we do sometimes. Sorry about that.
We used to win, called Medusa in a
it's been a minute. But anyways, thanks for the super chat, by the way. But, okay, so what I knew from Kim about her daughter when she was a moderator, I felt like her daughter probably was a decent type person. So I was like, maybe if I can just get in touch with this woman, and her daughter's grown, okay? Her daughter's grown. She's not like I went into my mod chat. I was like, hey, do you guys remember Kim's daughter's name? Because I'm going to see if I can find her. And I honestly think I'm going to contact her daughter and tell her daughter what's going on. Like, can you please come get your mom? She's harassing me every day on the internet. I have a YouTube channel where I'm just trying to have fun. I don't talk about your mom, and your mom has a whole channel harassing me. Can you talk to your mom about this? Yes, I did. In a private group chat, we discussed that. Why does that make me a terrible person? They're literally publicly speaking about me, my children, my husband, calling my job, calling me a drug addict, calling actually they asked TT to call the police department to see if it was really me that was arrested or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, yes. My thing is, if you don't want me to do a background check on you, don't harass the shit out of me. If you're harassing me, calling my job, constantly talking about me, I may do a background check on you. Because I got to find out who the hell you are and if you're dangerous. If I got to worry about you showing up at my door one day, if you got charges for stalking, if you got charges for harassment, leave me alone if you don't want me to do something back. None of these people have I ever attacked them first. None of them. And most of them, they attacked me for weeks and weeks and weeks before I ever said something in response. And actually, to be honest, when I first started responding, I felt like my subscribers were wondering what was going on. So I only even talked about it with my Patreon members because I still didn't want the drama. I did not want to be a part of drama.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter. These people, they're not going to stop. And that's one thing I've come to realize. And one thing that that's one of the reasons why it wasn't too long ago. I apologized to somebody that I had kind of left comments about. I felt like most of them were fair criticism, but um, I left a lot of them. I watched a lot of videos against that person, and I went to their community tab and apologized to them for doing that, and because I do feel like there is a group of people that all they do is target people. And I didn't think that way for a long time. I didn't understand that. I thought that was bull crap. Now, there's a group of people out there they criticize people and they have fair criticism. But then there's this other group of people who all they do it's their main goal to just attack people and be caught up in this drama. And if you go to their channels, they don't have any other content. That is their content. This YouTube drama, which is fine, whatever. Do your thing. But I just had to realize that and accept that, because for a long time I heard people say that, like, oh no, that it's just a group of people that are constantly out to just troll and attack people. And I didn't believe that at first, honestly, but I mean, honestly, I have. I do. I mean, honestly, I do believe that now. And if you go to their channel, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, that's all that's in there is this. They're talking about this person. They're talking about that person. They're trashing this person. They're trashing that person. And none of them are squeaky clean people either. Like, it's amazing to me. Like this whole Kim thing, like,
Kenny's crying.
we pretty much have known. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to go too far into it, but it's like.
And my thing with Kim is like, the thing is I apologized to Kim, Amy, and Jen last year on Steve's channel, and even Steve was like, "Okay, well, you just apologized. That's a good apology, right, guys? Like, it sounds sincere to me. Leslie seems like she's sorry that she hurt you guys. Like, think you guys should be able to move on from this, right?" And I think Kim was like, well, but then we hang up off the live stream, and I immediately get a text message saying, "No, this is not over with. Your apology don't mean nothing to me." Are we not adults? Like, what more do you want from me? One of my children? Like, what do I need to do, to get you to just leave me alone? Why do you support calling people out? A nasty woman over there, just curious. I don't really know her. I've never had a conversation with Love calling people out.
I go to her videos, and I've gone.
She's really funny the times I've watched her. I've only watched her 5 or 6 times. My thing is I've watched people that I don't support.
Yeah.
If they're talking about something that I think I may be interested in or I want to listen to, I'll listen to it.
Yeah, and I've watched a bunch of Love calling people out video, or I wouldn't say a bunch, probably 4 or 5, but honestly, she has played different things that has proved they prove she's played different things that prove Joe wrong, prove and defend Leslie. She defends Leslie. So I go in there to see what she's playing. I mean, there's been several times that people have accused Leslie of something, and Love calling people out has played something to dispute that or prove them wrong. So,
and it's not because I tell her what to say, because I've never had a private conversation with Love calling people out.
And she's nice to
and
us.
Someone asked me for the whole audio, and here it is. Hold on. So the audio that Joe only played a portion of to make it sound like I said I faked an email. Here's the whole thing, and I'm going to try to show you guys. I'll read you what Joe said after that. And okay. I actually talked to my mom about this the other day, because the night that I got the email at 10:08, I was Christmas shopping. And I actually thought I got home around 8:30, but my mom was like, no, I dropped you off around 9:30 or so. So I actually got home. We were, the Black Friday sale started at 6, and we were actually in Walmart by 5:30 or so, waiting in line. So I had 38 minutes to do this if it was me. I mean, I say this a lot. I'm not really that good at computers, but I am good at spelling. I made really good grades in school, and I may not talk like I'm smart, but I graduated early with a 4.0, so put her there. Okay. Anyways, so this is the audio, and I'm whispering in the audio because I think my kids must have been asleep when we were saying this. But another thing to tell you guys, this is to give you guys an idea to prove that Joe never cared about me, is Joe put this audio out to make it sound like I admitted to faking the email when that's not what I was doing, while I was at my kid's grandpa's funeral. She knew he passed away. She knew that day was his funeral. I was literally sitting at the funeral, bawling my eyes out. Like, literally, I kept having to take my mask off and like clean my face up and put my mask back on with my two older kids as they're bawling their eyes out because we're at their grandpa's funeral and it was not expected that he would pass away. It was so like, and she leaks this audio and makes it sound like I'm admitting to doing something that she knew damn well that's not what I was doing. But I'm going to play you guys the audio.
The day my channel went down, I was with my mom until like 8 p.m. that night. And I know that the email come in at like 10 something. I remember that from seeing the email. I don't know if it was that day or the next day. I would have to go back and look. That was something that my mama said, like, well, you was with me that day. And I was like, yes, I was. Literally until like 8:30 or so, we were Christmas shopping. And then she dropped me off and we had to unload her car with the Christmas gifts and hide them. We put some in my car and then we put some in the back of our house and like a little shed thing that we have. And then I come in, like I didn't come in and hop on my Flossie's laptop and get to work faking a freaking email. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, I can't tell all of them this, but really I have no reason to fake an email. I didn't need that email for me to know why my channel was down. Everyone else needed it. Who needed it the worst? Because I said from day one, like on my video that I put out, I was like, YouTube hasn't sent me an email. And usually they do. So maybe in the next few days they will. But I didn't need the email. And nobody even brought it up until after the super chat drive, when people started accusing me and Steve of fraud. That's when, people was like, oh, she should have got an email. Steve was like, yes, the email. We need the email, Leslie. We need the email. We need the email. We need the email. We need the email. And as far as I'm concerned, like, I would have never faked one if I hadn't got that. I would just been like, I just would have been like, I don't know, Steve, I didn't get one. Why fake one and put my neck on the line for it to be called and then it looked like I'd done it? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I can see, like, the thing is she must have been going through audio all day to find that. And she took one little part, and literally, I guess, surely you guys can understand what I was saying, that had I not got the email, that's just what it would have been. Like, I just would have been like, I don't know, I didn't get one. I don't know, I didn't get one. I would have never faked one. I just would have said, I don't know, I didn't get one. And then this is what Joe said after those audios in the, I'm going to read it to you guys, but Joe's response is in blue, and you guys probably didn't see that, but this is what it says. I don't even think that most people who believe the email is fake think that you are the one who faked it, except, of course, the grannies, but who cares what they think? Poor Joe seems to get blamed for it a lot, LOL, but we all know that you and Joe weren't even close at that point. So does that make any sense? I still wonder if it could be someone from Steve's group that did it, if it was fake. They are the only ones that would have even thought about that sort of thing. Your group wouldn't have. I can't read all that.
And I would have to go back and look.
Thank you, Cassandra. I know. That's what I'm saying.
Your group wouldn't have really thought, oh, Leslie got a strike. Let's see the email. Most of your subs were very unfamiliar. That's all that I seen. But
show them, like, pull that up and hold it up to the camera where they can see
hold on.
it.
And I'll hold on, you guys, because I'm in a bind because my feet.
it back a little bit. Pull it back some more, like come down a little bit. All right. I mean,
Can you guys see that? I mean, I'll post it somewhere if you guys need me to, but
and we've thought about like,
so hold on. I do want to say, so if that was me admitting to faking the email, then why was she coming behind me saying that someone in Steve's group must have done it? That would make no sense.
yeah, we know Little Red's streaming our live stream, or we know what they're doing. We don't care. Like, I mean, I don't really care what any of those people do. But anyways, like we've thought about, we've gone back and forth about releasing a lot of stuff. Like everything in context. We've thought about releasing a bunch of messages to prove Joe wrong, which we don't even know what all she said because we don't watch it, but people do call us and tell us things. And we've thought about it, but really it takes too much time away from her content. It would take us going through 8-9 months of messages, going and watching all of Joe's videos.
And I do not want to watch her. Thank you, Carol, for the super chat.
We don't want to watch her videos. We don't want to give her likes. We don't want to give her views. We don't want to watch them. We don't want to hear what she says. And, we don't want to go through 8-9 months of messages to show everybody. I think it's pretty obvious to anybody that wants to see it and anybody that's half-ass intelligent that she's faked stuff, she's lied, and she doesn't put out anything but what other people did, what other people said. She doesn't put out what she said. She doesn't actually show you how much she was behind things or how, like, the way she talked, because Joe's got a filthy mouth and Joe talks like very aggressive and with a filthy mouth, cussing.
And it's so crazy because, like, the whole time me and Joe were friends, like, if somebody said something about me, she'd be like, I'll go after him. I'd be like, just don't even, like, no. She'd be like, no, I don't care. She's like, I can deal with it. I can handle it. I'm big enough to handle it. Now look at her. Like, we ain't even done anything except defend ourselves, and she can't handle it.
And you hadn't even defended
And I ain't
yourself.
even really defended myself, just like the other girls have. And she's like on streams talking about she's suicidal because of us.
Leslie.
Like, Joe, you have done 20-something streams talking about people's kids, calling my husband abusive, and nobody's doing anything other than saying, you're the reason this is happening. Like, after Joe left our chat, immediately she was on streams talking about us without saying our names. Then we started figuring it out. Then we started getting screenshots of stuff she's saying to people privately, and we all asked her to stop. We all said, Joe, please stop.
I'm going to tell you, there's something else that I forgot about. During that time, I don't know exactly when, but it was right around that time, and me and her watched a video, and I used to pay for YouTube Red. Well, I quit paying for YouTube Red, so me and her watched a video that we watched together on a channel that we've watched together for a long time. Well, because I wasn't paying for YouTube Red, it had commercials. We never realized how many commercials were in those videos that we watched all the time because I had YouTube Red. Well, we watched this video, and it had like 10 commercials in it. So Leslie put a post on her community tab about creators putting a bunch of commercials in their videos. And then, like, what happened? Joe, you got the messages saying that Joe thought you were talking about her, and because I guess she had a guilty conscience, I guess she put a bunch of videos in her video.
People actually sent me screenshots, like, of her videos where, like, she had literally plugged in like 20.
Thank you, Willow. Thank you, Missy. Katie is here. Rehab her engine. She's a lot of hot water now. Please don't.
She had plugged in like 20 ads in like a 50-minute video. So, like, I guess I see why she thought I was talking about her, but whatever. I don't even care, No one looks good going live talking about others. Liz, I started watching you before Katie only talks to people in the inner job. I'll be really pleased. That was, oh, this is my only time talking about this. And this is literally after Joe pretends to go to the police to report us after she's done 20 something videos. And this is my second time coming on my channel to even discuss this.
Yeah, I mean, we're just we're tired of it. I mean,
tired of it. And I just want to say, like, okay, just yesterday, Adria was doxxed on Kim's stream. They done a video, you know, and I'm just like, you guys, I've apologized to everyone. If I hurt your feelings, if I done you wrong, if I said something to upset you, I'm not perfect. I apologize. Move on. Let me be. Do not try to take my channel from me, because that's not okay. You're taking from my kids. Like, if you try to report me or tell your people that I'm telling, Joe lied and told her people, the 5 people she has, that I was telling my people to report her. Anybody in this chat, have I told y'all to report Joe? Ever? If you're in this chat and I've ever told you to report Joe, say, yes, Leslie, you told me to report Joe, because I've never told one person to report her.
Thank you, Stina. Yeah, let's all try to be nice to each other. There's no point.
So that's another lie. And she literally added YouTube to get their attention to lie on me. And that's not okay. You're trying to bring down a channel that wants nothing to do with you. And you know what she says?
She keeps saying LB's, how does she put it? Like, LB's getting her group or
her girly gang.
Yeah, her gang to attack Joe. When, no, almost every single day we're like, hey, y'all don't worry about, like, Leslie's friends that call her and they're like, Joe said this and this and that. I really want to say this. I really want to say that. Like, we're like, don't say nothing. Please don't say nothing. It's just going to make it worse. Like, don't say nothing to about it, because we want it to die down. Like, that's literally what we're telling people. And it just keeps going on and on and on. So, you know, honestly, we're just talking about it tonight because, once again, I mean, somebody sent me a video earlier of her saying that Leslie was sending her gang when, like, she's got 4 videos that she still needs to edit. And 4 still needs to edit and get posted, which she's probably not even going to post them because the news was like 3 or 4 days ago. She got them recorded the other night late, and she hasn't had a chance to edit them because she's been buying school clothes, doing all kind of stuff. You know, she went out to eat with while she was buying school clothes. Her and my sister-in-law went out to eat, and you know, they got their nose pierced, and you know, they came home late last night. But nobody's getting anybody to do anything. If people do stuff, you know, and we can't control anybody. Leslie can't control anybody.
Thank you, Cassandra. I definitely will. And you know, like, I lost some supporters, but I also have gained a lot. And if you were once a supporter of mine and you're so disturbed by something I saw in a private chat with my friends, then now that you think I'm a terrible human being, okay, just move on with it. Also, if you have a sock account where you're calling me a piece of crap, but on your real account, you're acting like we're cool, don't do that either.
Asking for favors.
Asking for favors, just go. Like,
YouTube channel started and stuff. Like, man, people, you know, it's amazing. People, if somebody on the internet knows something, even with the subs, like, if you tell somebody something or if they know something about you, it's amazing how many people email Leslie or try to call Leslie or want to talk to Leslie, and they're like, hey, this sub on your channel, they pretend like they like you and they pretend like they're cool with you, but then they have a sock account and they talk crap behind your back all the time. And like, some of them, some of the subs that people have told us that about, actually have asked Leslie for favors, like,
And,
will you do
and
this
it's not
for me?
just
Will you
one
do that
person.
for me?
There's it happen. I mean, you know, like, sorry, like, and I'm just like, don't do that. Just like, if you don't like me, go find the channel that you like, support them, watch them, like their videos, give them views. Just leave me alone, because let me see if I can find it.
And I mean, and then like so many people are like, Leslie's so manipulative and such. She tries to put on this fake persona. And
No, I'm not
this
fake
and
about
this and
nothing.
that.
I
Let me
messed
tell
up
y'all
all the
something.
time.
Before YouTube, like I worked. I worked since I was 17. I was in the Army. I served 2 combat tours, one in Iraq, one in Afghanistan, and I was off active duty before I was 21 years old, and in the National Guard. And I did, like 6 years in the National Guard after that. And, I worked offshore. So I've always kind of dealt with people out in the world.
Hope I messed that up.
For the last 12 years, she stayed at home and raised kids, like in a small town with nothing but family and friends around, or people we know. They might not be friends, but we've known them. And she hasn't dealt with all kind of people that manipulate other people and lie on other people and try to sabotage other people's lives. And she hasn't dealt with that. And I used to tell her all the time, like, don't trust all these people. Do not trust all these people. Don't talk to all these people. Don't make friends with all these people. You don't know them. Like, you don't know who they are. You met them on the internet. Like, nobody comes out and tells you. When you meet somebody on the internet, they're not like, hey,
I'm a liar.
I'm a liar. I'm a piece of crap. I stab people in the back. No, they tell you like all this fake stuff about themselves. And they, and then after you done trusted them for months, and talked to them and said private things to them, then they try to bash you and like, over one little thing, like one disagreement. You have one disagreement with somebody, or you don't do what they want you to do, then the next thing you know, they start a YouTube channel and they want to talk crap about you, and they want to call you a liar, and they want to call you a manipulative person, and act like you're some demon, when in reality, on all my kids, like Leslie has not had any contact with people like that. And she's always trusted people from the get-go, and she's always been extremely nice to people. Like, can she get crazy? Yeah. If you talk about her family, come after her kids, come after her family, or get her to a point, yeah, she can get crazy and she can argue and with the best of them. But for the most part, she has, ever since we've been married, she has allowed people to run over her to the point to where it's caused us a lot of problems, like loaning out my 4-wheeler while I was at work because she couldn't tell people no. And then eventually my 4-wheeler gets totaled out, a brand new Can-Am. And it was all because she couldn't tell that person no. And that person knew if they came to the house and they asked to borrow it when I wasn't home, that Leslie wouldn't tell them no. And that's how her family has done her. That's how people that we've known have done her for a long time. They know how she is. They know she cannot say, like, it's hard for her to tell people no. It's hard for her to tell people things that she knows they don't want to hear. And I mean, she's loaned out money to people that have not paid us back because they're her family, and they never pay us back. And she kept loaning out. And then, I would go to work and I'd be like, don't loan them out any more money. And then when I went to work, she would loan them out money because they were asking for it while I was gone, and she couldn't tell them no. And this has caused us problems because of the way she is, because of how nice she is.
I'm getting better.
Yeah, she's getting better. But I mean, this is 12 years in the making. And like later on, it's 12 years after doing this and us having, a lot of arguments over stuff like this. And I mean, I love her to death, but that is like one of her faults. It's been one of her faults. And when she started this YouTube thing, she did not know how people were. And I tried to tell her, she called me cynical. You know, she kept telling me, "You're cynical. You just don't trust anybody. You don't like anybody. You don't trust anybody." And I'm like, no, it ain't that I'm cynical. It's that I've had too many bad experiences with people that I thought I could trust out in the real world, like people running over you, people trying to, you know, people talking crap about you, trying to make you look bad for a promotion, people trying to step all over you. You know, I've dealt with that for years, and she really hasn't. So she's just now learning about this. So people saying that she's behind it and she's some master manipulator. And, you know, I even heard somebody sent me a clip where somebody said something about Joe was just brainwashed. Brainwashed? Like, really? You live, it's like a 14-hour flight to where you live. And y'all are claiming that some woman that has 6 kids and is married and has a whole life going on has the time to brainwash you and manipulate you 14 hours, like in a whole nother country. Like, get real, man.
Hey, Dad, can you smile? I'm trying to find this audio, you guys.
Come on.
Like, literally, when Joe left the chat, like, none of us knew what was wrong. But then she told Britters and Adria that it was like the Gumby thing, which it wasn't. Then she tells me when I call her for us to get it all sorted out, she was like, they wanted me to contact you, and I couldn't contact you because I was so mad. I just would have had to go at you and cuss you out. And I was like, at me? I was like, what did I was like, I didn't even know you were mad at me. And she was like, well, yeah, not you, but everybody. I was just mad at everybody. And I literally was like, well, what were you mad at, Joe? Like, what? Like, what did we do? And she basically said there was a bunch of little things. One of them being that I chose TT and Ashley over her. And I was like, how? Because I talked to them more. I'm like, well, that's because they call me. Well, that's my fault somehow. I'm like, Joe, you cannot tell me that one of the reasons you were so mad at me, you were going to have a go at me, was because I talked to our other friends more than you, even though they called me. And she basically said, well, I feel this way, and it's the way that I feel, and you can't tell me that it's not okay for me to feel this way. And I said, when you are literally like ruining your friendship because of this imaginary way that you feel, but you can't tell me what I done to make you feel this way. Yeah, I can tell you that. I can tell you, I think I figured out your PayPal. You two enjoy a night to yourselves. Let me know it went through. Oh, thank you, Teresa. But I was like, I absolutely can tell you that you don't have a valid reason to feel like, to be mad at me in a way to say that you were going to have a go at me, but you can't tell me what I done. That you can't just do that. You can't. I'm gonna try to, I think I just got it. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. Especially with everything going on, like how bad.
I'm trying to find that audio because I want to show you guys. Like, she literally said she don't know why she felt like we were mad at her, but she just felt that way, and I couldn't tell her that she couldn't feel that way. And I'm like, yeah.
It's not necessarily a big thing, and I think you're looking for the big thing. Just lots of little things. It's not necessarily a big thing, and I think you're looking for the big thing. And it's not about
anything. Anything, because still,
there's just lots of little things topped up. Like, I get it. I got shit for or talking to Katie when in reality, like.
But who gave you shit for talking to Katie though? Because I haven't.
that's what I felt. That's what I'm saying. It's not necessarily true. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that? This is what she said. Let me play it again. And I have multiple clips of me saying, like, Joe, you know, I would never tell you what to do. Did I give her advice sometimes, like friend to friend, when she would say, oh, I think I'm going to do this. And I'd be like, yeah, do it if you want to. Or in a moment of madness or anger, I would be like, yeah, do it. You know, F them, screw them, you know. Like, they're always talking about us, so we're going to go back at them. Absolutely, I'm not perfect. But also there were a lot of times where I would say, no, don't do that. And literally, me asking her, what did we do? This was her response.
Just lots of little things. It's not necessarily a big thing, and I think you're looking for the big thing. And it's not about
Anything. Anything, because still...
There's just lots of little things topped up. Like, I get it, I got shit for or talking to Katie, when in reality, like...
But who gave you shit for talking to Katie, though? Because I haven't.
But that's what I felt. That's what I'm saying. It's not necessarily true. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily true, but that's how I felt.
Yeah, nobody gave her shit for talking to Katie. Nobody gave her shit for going in Unirock streams.
No, because I have been there before.
Leslie would be in there. She just didn't comment a lot because, you know, whenever she commented, people would be like, hey, Leslie, hey, Leslie. So she just listened, you know. She just listened. I went to Unirock streams. I could never listen to a lot of him, though. But, I mean, I listened to some of it. I listened to some of Katie's stuff. She don't tell me I can't listen to anybody.
But that's how I felt.
It's crazy.
And then I'm like sat here going, okay, wait a minute. I've done like nothing ever. Like, I've never faltered. I've never gone from side to side. I've never done fuck all. I've literally like stuck by you. You're my friend, and like I will defend you till the end. And these people have come in and they've gone from side to side, spoke really, really badly of you, but yet they're the best things in sliced fucking bread.
I hate when people say that. That pisses me off so bad because I don't know where that comes from. Like, it's like people expect me not to be friends with people if they've done something wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how...
It wasn't about friends. That's when you're taking it wrong. It's not about friendship. It's not at all about friendship. It's about you taking them over what I've said. That's how.
But I haven't. That's the thing. It's like, okay. When you left the group, if you're telling me that you felt like I was picking Ashley and TT over you, somehow I don't know how.
Nowhere in the group. When she left, everything was fine. So it was really weird for her to all of a sudden say, well, you were picking them over me. It would be one thing if, like, in the group we had been fussing, but we hadn't, you guys. We had not been fussing. Like, everything had been, like, fine. And then out of nowhere, she just leaves. This is what one of I still haven't worked. Okay, Cece.
Just like, and I don't mean this in a bad way, like, but I kind of like spoke to Carl about it a little bit because I kind of think, like, am I being crazy or am I not being crazy? Like, I feel since Ashley and T's come back into the picture, like, your other friendships are fractured.
And let me say this. I had my own friendship with Tiffany. I had my own friendship with Ashley. Joe is the one that brought us all in a friendship together in a group chat, okay? And never, like, I had not, since she started that group chat, none of us had argued. Not one argument had taken place at all. So for her to say that my other friendships had fractured was really weird to me.
Well, you see, that's where I get confused though too, though, is because like I didn't know there was like an issue, because like I always get like overwhelmed with YouTube stuff every couple of weeks, and I have to like kind of back away from it. And I do YouTube too, you know what I'm saying? So like when you come in the group the other day, and you was like, well, you just left. So I messaged you. I was like, hey, is everything okay? He was like, I just need a break. I was like, I get that. Like, I do too sometimes. And like the stuff with Matt Craft, it just happened too. So I was like, you know, no telling what else happens, because I know I get stuff. You know, people message me and complain to me about stuff that I don't talk to other people about. I don't tell other people about it. So like, I just figured like, oh, she's probably got like people reaching out to her for stuff, like complaining about stuff and the stuff with Matt Craft. So she probably just needs a breather. Like, that's fine. I get it. And when I need a breather, you know, I prefer for people not to bombard me and ask me why I need a breather. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, are you sure? Are you sure? You know what I'm talking about? Are you sure? You know? So I was like, I'm going to, you know, I'll leave her alone and let her have. And then, like, a couple days later.
And like, they were trying to push me to talk to you. When I'm in that mood, I'm best left alone. Like, I'll just hurt your feelings because I was hurt, I was upset, and I'm just going to have a go at you. What's the point in that?
At me?
There's definitely no point. No, because I was upset, I was hurt at the whole situation. I would have just ended up ranting at you. And what would that have done? Nothing. Let me be, let me deal with it, and then I can talk to you about it.
Well, I didn't even know you were mad at me. I didn't know that it was anything to do with me, like that you were upset with me. I mean, I kind of started.
It wasn't just you, though. It wasn't just you. You know, it wasn't. It was the whole thing.
So you guys imagine being in a group chat with someone that's been your friend for like 8 months or so more, and they just leave the chat. Leave the chat. And then like your other two friends are like, well, she's saying she's upset because y'all are mad at her over something that you weren't mad at her over. Like, yeah, it was like a situation and you guys talked about it, but you were never like mad. Like, I did not, like when Joe out at Gumby, I did not go in the chat and freak out on her. I wasn't like, oh my God, what the hell is wrong? I've never come at any of these people like that unless they've come at me like that. The last time I talked to Joe on a phone call, I got a little crazy with her. I'm not going to lie. It was after she done streams saying things about us, lying. She come for my husband. She took a screenshot of something that my husband said and was sending it out to people and then sent it to me. And with a emojis like this, like he said something on a video that he watched. Well, actually, we did watch some of it together, but we didn't finish it. And he felt a certain way about it. So, but then she sends his comment to her Discord saying, oh my God, I can't believe Sean said this. Like, Joe, you say worse stuff every day on your streams. Every day. So, and then she sent it to me. After sending it to several other people, what Britters actually messaged me and was like, is this Sean that left this comment? She sent me a screenshot of it. I was like, yeah, that's him. She was like, okay, I'm just checking. I wanted to make sure that like nobody like made a channel, like a thing in his name and left that comment there. I was like, no, it was him, unfortunately. You know, that's how he feels, whatever. So, and Joe had actually sent it to Britters and was like, look what Sean said. Okay. And
really all I said was if this is the case,
it needs to be called out.
It should be called out, you know. And that's all I said was if this is what it is, then these people do need to be called out for it because there's no, you know, there's no room for stuff like that. It's no room for people being that way in this day and age.
Right. And
it was about it was about the
Katie thing, being accused of being a racist. And that, literally all it was he was like, if Katie is a racist, then it needs to be called out. I'm not saying she is.
No, I'm not saying she is.
I think there was information put out there that was not correct.
Yeah, I think that was a lie. You know, I think that was a lie put out on that stream. I'm not saying they were lying, but I think they got some bad information or they lied. I don't know. But
I don't think they. I don't think they lied. I think it was some bad information.
I don't think they did either. I think somebody just and I feel it, and that's the way I feel.
As soon as I left the chat, and I know because Adria told me, you three's got on the chat, and you wanted Adria to join, and she was like, nah, I'm good, fine.
Oh, listen, here's another one. Let's see.
Shouldn't have been. I don't know. Like when I saw that you asked, I was kind of like, I'm not behind Gumby though. You know, like it's not me. I don't know what he puts up. I literally.
That's the difference between me and them lot. I'm not and never will and never going to be that yes friend for you. I'm not. I'm not going to be that. Yes, Leslie, you're always right. I'm not like they are, and I'm not going to be that person. I'm never.
Well, actually, I mean, I don't really feel like they're that type of people, and I don't know how this situation.
Okay, so right here, let me tell you guys what that was about.
Ashley was like,
So right here, when Gumby was going on, at one point, Katie reached out to Joe and was like, hey, like I heard that Leslie could possibly be behind Gumby. Is she? Right? And this is the God's honest truth about Gumby, you guys. Like I've said it before, I'll say it again. Yes, Matt sent me videos of Gumby telling jokes that were hilarious. I said, Gumby needs a Twitter because I think any funny cartoon character needs a Twitter. Who wouldn't say that? You know what I'm saying? Like I thought it was funny. I had no idea it was going to turn into what it turned into. Okay. So I guess someone put it out there that I was the brains behind Gumby. So Katie may have heard that. She asked Joe, hey, is Leslie behind Gumby? Well, because I'm not always in the chat, Joe goes in our group chat and is like, Katie's asking me if Leslie's behind Gumby. What do I say? What do I say? What do you mean? What do you say? Say the truth. No, I'm not. All those videos that he put up, that wasn't me. Like I said, do the Carol Baskins thing. I was like, because he would do songs, you know, like switch songs to make them be like jokes or whatever. And I told him to do them about me. Like I said, I didn't want it to be like anything that would attack looks or really be hurtful. Okay. I probably even laughed at some that I shouldn't have laughed at just because I'm not perfect. But Joe is like, what do I say, you guys? Type what I should say. You guys tell me what I should say. Type it in here. Type it in here. And we're like, Joe, just say you don't know or say no. Like, because if you try to explain it, it may get twisted and it may be taken like as something that it shouldn't be taken as. And I don't deserve that. Gumby being put off on me, I didn't deserve that. Because literally me and Matt quit talking about a week into Gumby probably. So I never knew anything else that he put up past that point until I got on Twitter and seen it, you know? So that would not have been okay for Katie to think that I was doing that and for me to get that heat, for people to accuse me of coming up with all that when it wasn't me. So she literally was like, just type what to say. And we're like, you're a grown woman. Just say, I don't know, or say no. And I point blank asked her, I said, Joe, do you think I'm behind Gumby? She said, no, of course not. Okay, then say no. But then she like goes to Britters and she's like, TT and Ashley wanted me to lie about Gumby. And Britters told me that. Britters was like, well, Joe was upset because Ashley and TT wanted her to lie about Gumby. And I was like, no, they didn't. How did they want her to lie about Gumby? Like, what do you mean? And then Joe actually told TT, well, I felt like it wasn't right that we're lying about Gumby. And TT's like, what do you mean, Joe? We're not lying about Gumby. Leslie was not behind Gumby. You know that. So after TT and Britters tells me that Joe says this, like the next time I talk to Joe, I'm like, why are you saying that people's like trying to make you lie? Nobody asked you to lie. Like, but to say, because what Joe was going to say, before I come in the chat and seeing what was going on, like when I come into the chat, I'm like catching up, trying to, and, right, Brandy, I actually even told her, I said, just tell Katie to come to me if she wants to know. I was like, because you have no obligation. You're my friend, supposedly, Joe, right? So you have no. I mean, what I actually started telling Matt Beyer when Matt Beyer would like message me and complain about Joe. Like one of the last times I like spoke to him about Joe, I was like, you know what, Joe's my friend. If you have an issue with Joe, just go to her yourself. I'm not going to Joe about you. Like like you go to her yourself. So like I even told Joe, I was like, tell her to ask me herself, you know, like if you don't want to be involved in it. Like, but she literally was like, just tell me what to say. And then she turns around and she's like, tries to use things when she would literally ask us, well, what do I say, you guys?
Thank you,
and we
Night
would give,
Runner.
thank you so much for the super chat, Night Runner. Literally, she would ask us what to say, and we would tell her, because if your friend is in a situation and they say, well, what do I say, you guys? What do you think would be the best thing to say?
Thank you, Kat. Good night.
Well, don't you tell them? As their friend, you just like, well, this is what I would say. Say this. It's not you running their life. It's not you being behind the scenes doing everything. It's just you being your friend. That's what you do. Did I do that every day for Joe? No. Were there times, though, where she would be like, well, I don't know how to handle this. What should I do? What should I say? And I would give her advice on what to do or say? Yes. Yeah. She played my stuff, so I should be able to play her stuff. But let's see.
Hold on. Hold on, let's see something. Look up, when am I allowed to share a recorded person from Wales?
I think Wales. I live in a one-party consent state.
Yeah, we live in a
But
one-party
I don't think
consent.
the UK. I think in the UK you're not supposed to share recorded audio.
Yeah, we live in, well, you know, if that's the case, then why is she sharing it? Why is she sharing? And I'm not trying to be rude at all, Cassandra. I appreciate you looking out
Yeah,
for us.
absolutely.
But she has shared audio after audio after audio of Leslie out of context and stuff. So, it's third party. So, anyways, yeah, and
We do.
we live in a one party consent state. So legally, by the laws that we live by, we're within the law to share this. So.
Yeah, she actually, Brandy. Yeah, she asked, like, "What do you guys want me to say?" And you see, what Joe was gonna tell Katie, she was like, "I think I'm just gonna say," because Katie's question to Joe was, "Is Leslie behind Gumby?" And Joe was like, I'm thinking about saying, yes, she was behind it, but it was only her idea. She didn't come up with any of the info, like any of the jokes or anything like that. That was all Matt. Kennedy. And once she realized, like once it turned into something mean and negative, she wanted nothing to do with it. And I'm like, but that's not even true. Like that's actually not like more than what it really was. And if Katie's asking, is Leslie behind Gumby, why would you say yes? Because she was like, I'm thinking about saying yes, she was, but blah, 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 blah. I was like, what? I was like, no, you can't say yes, because I wasn't. And I straight up asked her, I said, do you think I'm behind Gumby? Like knowing all that you know that happened. She said, no, of course not. It's Matt effing Beyer. And I was like, okay, then why would you say yes to Katie? Like that would cause me more drama, because obviously if you say, yeah, Katie's going to be like, oh, okay, it was Leslie. And then she could run with that information because she would think that it was me. But there's another audio.
I don't know. I don't know what to say, you know.
It's weird that when it was just me, you and Adria in this chat for months and months, there's never been any issues. Never any issues. These two come back onto the scene, and all of a sudden, everything's going to fucking shit.
But it didn't start, like, everything was fine. And, like, that's where I'm confused. Like, for me, where this starts and where I don't know what happened is when you left the chat. Like, what caused you to leave the chat? That's where I don't know what happened. Was someone being mean
For
to you?
me, it was a build-up. It wasn't just one thing. It was literally like a build-up. Like, I felt as if you were all kind of coming at me as if I was like, is I guilty of something or guilty by association?
Okay, okay, hold on. I want to stop you there because I want to say something. I want to say something about that because I went back in the chat and for the life of me, like TT went hard defending you. So that's why I was like, okay, the only person that she might could have felt like was a little mean to her was probably me because I did talk about if people want to jump on the Katie bandwagon, that's fine. But I still wasn't trying to be mean. I have a lot of history with Katie and I don't trust her.
Like, I don't want to say that because that's really mean on T and I don't actually mean it like that. But T's words are very sly. He doesn't necessarily have to say, Joe, you're a bitch. She can be very sly in her wordings. She is very much a Katie Joy in that aspect. I heard saying, if you, in capital letters, Leslie, want to say something, that's up to you, in capital letters, to say it. Nobody should be speaking for you, Leslie.
Yeah, I don't know if she meant it like.
Okay, so did you guys hear that as well? Me trying to figure out what happened. Oh, it's a bunch of little things. I felt like you guys were mad at me because I was like guilty by association because she was watching Uni and Katie. Even though I've watched Uni before, even though all of my friends watch whoever they want to watch, and then she 100% says that TT says, Leslie, if you want to say something, you should say it. Nobody should speak for you, Leslie. So even TT is saying, Joe, you don't need to speak for Leslie. Let Leslie speak for herself. All while now Joe is claiming that we all made Joe speak for us. I'm trying to find because you guys, that phone,
I don't know. It's just frustrating because, like, I don't know. It's just completely and utterly frustrating for me.
I just wish when you started feeling like we were, I don't know, because like I said, I went back and looked and I can't figure out how, like, what we said made you feel that way other than me. Like, even you're like, oh, well, I feel like TT and Ashley.
hold on.
Frustrating for me.
I just wish when you started feeling like we were, I don't know, because like I said, I went back and looked and I can't figure out how, like, what we said made you feel that way other than me. Like, even you're like, oh, well, I feel like TT and Ashley come back and you just, like, you're all for them over me. And that's not the case. I have the kids here. I have Sean here. There's no way I can evenly distribute my time on a schedule to make sure everybody gets, like, the same amount of time.
This will cost you so much more than it's worth. Please just thank you, Misty, for the super chat. Yeah, this is the only time I'm talking about it. I got on here because I wanted to tell you guys the way our friendship with Joe dissolved was because Joe just left the chat one day. She just left our group chat one day, then told two of our friends that it was because we were being mean to her, but then told TT and Ashley that it was because of her problems with me because I was being mean to her. Then when I finally spoke to her, she told me it was everybody, but couldn't give me legit reasons as to what we done. Well, I just felt like you guys were mad at me. I just felt like you guys were mad at me because I was friends with Katie or I was watching Katie or I was guilty by association. And I'm like, what made you feel that way? I don't know. But you can't tell me I can't feel that way. What? And then within a day of her leaving the chat, she was already on her stream saying that she lost friends because she was watching Katie. that she was doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing. I've lost friends because I'm standing up and I'm saying that it's not right what Steve's doing to Katie. You want to know where Joe got that? In our group chat with me, TT, Ashley, and Adria, and Joe, me and TT were the first two to say that we felt like, even though we had our issues with Katie, that we did not agree with all that Steve has been doing to Katie. Like a year or more. Like if you're still going after somebody a year later when they literally don't even pay no mind to you, like, and I've said this plenty of times, I felt like Steve should have either he should shit or get off the pot. Like if you really feel like Katie done something so wrong to you that for a year you're still talking about her, then sue her or shut up about it. You don't talk about somebody for a year when that person is literally just moving on with their life. Like Katie didn't attack Steve. Like did Katie say some things early on? Yes. And that's what Steve just stayed stuck with. Oh, 52 years ago, back in 1914, Katie accused me of Medi-Cal fraud. It's been long enough. You know, like when are we going to let it go? We're adults. Let it go. Do something or let it go. You know, so me and TT actually said in that chat that we felt like it was too much. Like that we didn't agree with the way Steve was continuing to go after Katie and every day do video after video after Katie. Then the next day, after me and TT said that, Joe goes on a stream and says exactly that. Joe had never took up for Katie to that point. Never. And then she goes on a stream. She goes, you know, I just feel like Steve's just too harsh on Katie. She doesn't deserve this, blah, 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 you know. And we're like, okay, that's what we were saying. She's copying us or she agrees with us. And then from that point on, it was just, she continued to take up for Katie, and then it was like, I'm losing friends because I'm taking up for Katie. You're not losing friends because you're taking up for Katie. But I'm not going to be in your chat, Joe, where you now have Katie supporters who have done nothing but bash me. And if I go in there and I'm nice, they're going to be rude to me or they're going to pop something off to me. Or now nobody can be critical of anything that has ever happened because your new supporters are telling us that we're haters and we're trolls. So it made me uncomfortable. So I just wouldn't go in, like, I just wouldn't do it. If Joe was on a stream talking about the situation with Katie and Steve, I wouldn't go in the stream. But after this phone call, the phone call that I'm playing for you guys, after that phone call, like 2 days later, I didn't know where mine and Joe's friendship, where it was at the time. Joe went live and she was doing card readings. And I was like, you know what? Even though I don't agree with card readings, I was like, I'm going to pop in and let her know that I'm still being supportive of her. For once, she's not talking about this drama with Steve and Katie. So I'm going to hop in. And I hopped in. I'm like, hey, everybody. And Joe's like, hey, Leslie, you want me to read your cards? And even though I don't believe in them, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So she done it. And then right after she reads my cards, she goes offline. Well, the next phone call I had with her, she tells me, because she says, I feel like you've been distant with me. And I said, Joe, the last 2 times we've talked, I've called you. You never come in my streams anymore. Joe has not been in one of my streams since before my channel went down. But I've been in several of hers since then. She said, well, that's because you go on so late. It's a time difference. I don't go on no later than Unirock. And you're in his chats, which is fine. But don't act like it's too late. Like I'm supposedly your best internet friend, but you're not ever coming to my streams. But you're in like almost every one of his and you're a member. Okay, whatever. But I said, I'm not the one that's been distant, Joe. You have. You don't come in my streams. The last 2 times we've talked, I've called you. You left the group chat. So I was trying to give you space, you know, because you said you needed it. And now you're saying I was being distant. Like, this don't make sense to me. You know? I don't know. Like, okay, Cassandra. Right. Like, And I don't care. You can be sub to Unirock, Katie. Be a member to whoever you want to be with. But do not claim I'm being a bad friend and being distant with you when I've actually been in your chat and you haven't been in mine, but you can be in somebody else's chat that goes on at the same time as me most nights. It don't make sense. But all of this is just fake. How do you know if husband or child? Like, I think like this whole thing with her is just fake. Like, I think she wanted to turn on TT and Ashley, and she thought that I would do it, and she thought that Adria would do it with her. Because I actually have audio of Joe talking about how Adria is unbiased, how Adria is not just going to take sides for someone, how she's not just going to lie for someone. But then when Adria wouldn't just lie for Joe, Joe turned on Adria. The way Adria quit being friends is because, you know, Joe was saying, Adria is the one that told me about Gumby. Adria did. When we finally talked to Adria said, yes, Joe, I did tell you that Matt Beyer was Gumby. But at that point, you said you already knew because 40 Ounce of Freedom had told you. No, I didn't. No. That's not true. That's not true, Joe. I mean, that's not true, Adria. That's not what happened, Adria. It was on a phone call, remember? And Adria was like, we talked one time. And somebody, I think Ashley or TT was in the chat with them. And Adria was like, I was literally the last one to know, Joe. You knew before me. Like, I didn't tell you. Like, when I told you, you already knew, Joe. And Joe left the chat with me and Adria and her. She left the chat, never to speak to Adria on friendly terms again. From that point on, it was F Adria. The second Joe and TT got into it, because Joe was doing live streams, popping off about us, saying that we were not real friends, and TT got hurt. So TT like contacted her and like called her out on it. It was FTT. It was F Ashley, F Leslie, like just F us. Like, we were supposed to be your friends, but so easily F us. And now you're like doing stream after stream after stream, and then saying that we're making you suicidal and saying that we're attacking you. I have yet to say anything that I feel like is an attack on you. I'm just telling the truth. This isn't my truth. This is the truth. Like, Joe, you know what you done. You know you got mad for no damn reason. It was because you had a guilty conscience. You knew you weren't being good friends to us. You knew that you were being shady to us. And you was like you said on your stream, for months you were trying to distance yourself from us. So you were just nitpicking at things, and you just left the group. And even though we all reached out to check on Joe, she still turned on us. And now she's on her stream saying XYZ about us, putting out private chats to make us look like the bad people. Let me tell you, out of everybody in those chats, she was the worst one. If you really want to see who was the worst person out of everybody, just look at everybody. Yes. You guys can look at Joe's videos and see how she talks about people that she don't like. Even when I have somebody that I don't like, I do not talk about them like she does. Like, if you want to know who if you want to support Joe, support her. But you don't have a leg to stand on if you're going to support her and then come over here and talk trash about me. Because I ain't done nowhere near as bad of stuff as Joe has done. And I'm not nowhere near as shady person as she is. I ain't perfect. And I've said and done things that I ain't proud of. But I'm not just a terrible person. I don't mistreat my friends. Yeah, she said, screw it. Like and that day that Joe went live and I went in and I was like, put me on, like, let's talk, Joe. And she brought me in and I was fired up. So I was talking fast and I was talking a lot. And her people like to say that I didn't give her the opportunity to speak. However, I did several times. I stopped several times and was like, here, I'm giving you the opportunity to speak. She wouldn't. Also, she could have muted my ass. If me and Joe was having issues and she was in the wrong, like she is, and I would have been live talking about it, and she would have said, let me in. I want to come in and talk with you. I would have brought her in. If she would have come in saying all kind of stuff that was not true and she wouldn't let me talk, guess what I would have done? Mute, and then I would have told my side. I would have let her speak, but anytime I felt like she wasn't giving me the right to speak up about certain things, I would mute her butt and speak on it, and then unmute her and say, okay, now go. She couldn't come up with the lies. Exactly. She couldn't come up with the reasons for why, what happened. You guys, I could release our whole chat. In the last 2 weeks, you guys would see we didn't have any issues. There was no fighting. Did I come in there and say, hey, why did you say this? Yes. Joe could have muted me. She didn't mute me. Then she kicked me out. I didn't leave. She kicked me out. A lot of people think that I just like logged off or whatever. Nope, she kicked me out. So, but I hope this is the last time I ever have to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Oh, thank you. I just saw your message, Night Runner. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Right, using suicide to make people upset with us. Like, oh, I'm suicidal because they're attacking me. When you are literally attacking us, talking about your ex-mod's child, talking about, she's talked about several of her ex-mod's children, talking about me and my sister. And let me just put it to you this way. My sister going in your chat, don't get it twisted. We always going to have each other's back. It was mighty fake of everybody in that chat that when my sister was in there, they didn't say nothing about me negative. But then when my sister left, and they start talking crap again. You know? Like, me and my sister may have our issues, but when it comes down to it, that's my sister. And I confided in Joe about mine and Flossie's issues. And Joe, what kind of friend does that? Like, turns and tells, like, oh, your sister, confided in me about y'all's problems, and then made it just seem like it was something terrible. Thank you, everyone, for the super chats. You guys have no idea how much that means to me, because I probably got $300 worth of super chats, and you guys don't even know how much that means to me. I'm done with all of this issue. If channels want to continue lying about me, I will absolutely, positively report their channel. If you want to have a channel and put out regular content, do it. If you want to have a channel and you want to talk about me, whatever. But if you talk about me in a negative way that is slanderous, and let me tell you something, I have read up on YouTube's guidelines. Repeated videos about one person in particular is a violation of TOS because it's considered harassment. Read it. Look it up. I've done it. And I have, in fact, reported Joe when she called my husband abusive. Yes, I sent screenshots. I sent timestamps. And that was a one damn time I had to watch her video. I had to watch a 55-minute video, and I skipped through it, and I maybe watched 25 minutes of it, and I swear she said my name 23 times. Like, that's when you're harassing. 20-something videos in less than a month, in like 3 weeks. That's harassment. And I will report you if you're doing that. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make a channel to help support my family. My husband is laid off. And let me tell you something. Don't talk about my unemployed husband either. Because my husband got laid off. He had a job supporting this family. My husband has worked since he was 17 years old, taking care of our family. Damn good, might I add. And now that 35 million people are laid off, one of you assholes want to pop off about my husband being unemployed? Really? You're that pathetic? Like, and too, most of the people popping these comments, I see, now I'm getting upset again because I don't like it when people talk about my husband. But just move on. Move on. If you want to talk about me, don't lie on me. Don't do it constantly, because if you do it constantly, YouTube considers it harassment and I will report you. And yes, We have spoke to an attorney that specializes in, Atria, what it's like her thing. This is what she does, like, and it's like cyberbullying and stuff like that. And she literally said the retainer fee would be like $3,000, but because this woman has so much content about y'all, it's going to be like $5,000. But we will do it if you don't stop. We will absolutely do it if you don't stop, because I'm not going to put up with this. Like, just go on about your way. Leave me alone. I'm trying to take care of my family. I'm trying to just do what's right. I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to have issues with people. If I've had issues with you in the past and you feel like I hurt you, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. I can only apologize so much. And you guys, from this point on, you guys will see I've apologized to literally people that have channels that tells you they don't want to do what's right. They do not want to make amends with me. And these people can say that I'm hateful, but at least I will make amends with people. At least I can apologize to people and move on and not have to attack people. Oh, she will, T-Queen, because I've apologized to Kim on so many accounts and she won't accept it. I've apologized to her numerous times and she won't accept it because she wants content for her channel. And the only thing that she wants her content to be is about me and Katie. So she's not going to take an apology from us. I wish she would, because that would be nice. So I'm done with it, though. From this point on, I'm not watching the crap. I may get on Love calling people out every once in a while if I see that she's live and she's talking about something that I'm interested in. If Joe continues with this, we'll go from there. But I will tell you guys this. I'm in the process of suing the police department where I live for that arrest. And let me get a big settlement. Because if I do get a big settlement, I will put a stop to all these people that are harassing me. Anyone that's put out a video lying about me or multiple videos lying about me, I will sue them. It'll happen. So if I get a big settlement from my arrest, they might want to quit it. Exactly, Brandy. Yeah, I've apologized to these people. I just want them to stop. Anyways, thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you to everyone for super chatting. I appreciate Katie coming on and apologizing for airing out my arrest. That is the second time that she's apologized. I do want to say, I think me and Katie can have I think she wants to move on with her channel and I want to move on with my channel. I think she wants these people to leave her alone and I want the people to leave her alone. I don't think we'll ever be friends. I don't think we'll ever trust each other. I'm sure she probably won't trust me. I'm not trusting her because I don't trust nobody from this point. Nobody. Oh, I'm going to speak on this really quick before I get off. Because the Isla Moon thing, I don't know Isla Moon, and because of everything that's happened in YouTube, I have learned to start questioning people when maybe I shouldn't. I just remember one night being live and this person coming in saying that they had lost their son, and I remember it hitting me like, oh my God, that is terrible. I have kids, so Flossie had just lost Abe not too long ago. She was in the chat. So it hit me hard for her because I was like, oh, this is going to be like a trigger for Flossie to see someone else saying that they lost their son. I want to say that Flossie even told Moon, and I could be wrong, but I know that Flossie said, I'm really sorry. I understand your pain. I want to say Flossie said, if you need someone to talk to me, you can contact me. Get in touch with Leslie and get my information. I could be wrong about that, but I want to say that happened. I did not question that at all when she was in my chat. And she lost her son. I'm sorry. I'm positive I prayed for her that night. Like 2 days later, maybe someone told me, hey, did you see that girl that was in your channel saying that she lost her son? That Moon girl? And I was like, yes. And she was like, well, she was in Steve's chat like that same night or the next day and never said anything about it. I was like, oh. And they were like, that's very strange. Like people's thinking that she lied about it. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know this person from Adam. Okay. Later on, thank you, Triple V, for the sticker. Later on in our group chat, it came up. I don't remember who brought it up, and all I said was, yeah, I remember she was in my chat one night, said that she lost her son. And then like the next day I was told that she was in Steve's stream and she didn't mention it at all. And I said, that's weird. I don't recall saying anything else other than that's weird. And then, it was talked about, other people, talked about it. And that was private, I'm saying, oh, that was just kind of like weird actions by someone that, lost their son, to not mention it in another stream later on. I did not say like she didn't do it. I don't ever recall saying I think she was lying. There are doubts on Ella Moon's statement. I don't take it hard and say she faked it. I never had a dog in that. See, that's the thing, is I don't know her. So see, she only mentioned it in my stream. Okay. So, and the thing is other people saw it and like brought it to my attention and was like, hey, that was weird. She mentioned it in your stream, but not in any other stream. Like she hasn't brought it up again at all. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's weird. So when it got brought up in our chat, Joe releasing that was trying to make me look like some insensitive asshole. And I'm not. I don't know this person. And since I've been on YouTube, people have faked all kind of crap. So for me just to say, oh, yeah, I really didn't think too much into it after that. Just like, oh, okay, maybe, whatever. I hate that someone was hurt over that. I never said that's weird or even talked about it to, maybe so. Maybe she felt comfortable and maybe she thought, well, Flossie just lost her son, so me mention it in here. Like, maybe so. And I hate that Joe released that to hurt this woman. That's why Joe released it. Joe is releasing things without a care in the world that she's hurting people, because she released that to hurt Moon. She released stuff to Flossie to hurt Flossie. And it's all because she don't like me now and the other people, like it's ridiculous. But, yeah, I would have never said anything publicly. I would have never got on a stream and be like, oh, that's weird. I don't know. It was just privately. Like, and then one of my longtime subs that's caused drama though before, so I'm whatever, claims that's when she realized that I was a terrible person, because what I said privately about someone that I did not know. And I'm like, girl, if we could put out the stuff that you've said privately, people may not think you're that great of a person either. Whatever. When we talk to our friends, we all say things and we chit chat and we say things that we probably wouldn't say publicly. It doesn't mean that we're bad people. We just feel more comfortable to talk about things with our friends. Okay? She didn't acknowledge my super chat. Good night. Much love to everyone. Sorry, the chat moves really fast. Let me go get it, Dawn. I'm going to have to get it on my phone. I'm not trying to miss anyone's super chats. Also, I want to give a shout out to all of my members up in here. Lisa, T Queen Peach, Miss Leah. I do want to give you guys shout outs because I want to make sure I do my proper shout outs for my. I do want to give you guys shout outs because I want to make sure I do my proper shout outs for my TT, Trailer Park, Barbie, Cassandra, Jeanette, Ashley, B420, Dawn G. Miss your lives during Teen Mom. Maybe you can go live during a better time. I'm actually gonna, when Teen Mom comes on, I may go live on IG and play them. I don't know. We'll see. T Queen, Carol, everybody, all of my members, thank you guys so much for hopping in, giving you guys your shout out, because I tell you guys I'm going to give you a shout out, and that's another thing that Joe said. One of Leslie's members complained that I wasn't giving shout outs. It is very tough when you go live to start shouting people out. I didn't realize it until I started doing it. So there you guys. Thank you guys so much. If you're not a member of my channel and you want to become a member, there should be a join button somewhere down there. Also, I have Patreon. You can join my Patreon. But thank you to everyone for hopping on. And I'm sorry that this even had to happen. If you guys have other questions and would like to come to me. Kelly Brown. How did I miss Kelly? Kelly's one of my like real friends too, you guys. And Kelly, me and Kelly have talked a lot, and I feel like she probably knows me too. Make sure on your way out to give this video a thumbs up, because a lot of my haters, for some odd reason, the haters, don't know why they hate me, are giving it thumbs down. So make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. We are on to better topics. We are on to growing. We are on to putting out content because we have actual content, whereas some of these other people do not, and I am their content. Whatever. With the Eagle, there you are. Taurus Talks, Stina, Night Runner. Where were you guys while ago? I was looking for? I was looking for all my. Hey, can my members, if I didn't call your name, can you drop a comment so I can give you the proper shout out? Wood, my girl, Tammy Hughes, Fairy Dusted, everybody that's in super chats too. Thank you guys so much. Jennifer, Classy Mom. I literally got probably $300 or $400 worth of super chats tonight. It's crazy. Shar, I think I gave you a shout out. Love you. Tessa. Oh, Tessa gave a few super chats tonight. Thank you. Everything's TT's fault. You guys remember that. She brought COVID on. I don't know if you guys know that, but that was TT. She sneezed and COVID went everywhere. Trailer Park Barbie, thank you. Tammy Hughes, thank you. I want to make sure I give you guys a shout out. Lindsay, you're not a member, but Peach, thank you, Peach. Honestly, see, all of you guys, even if y'all aren't members, I love you guys. A lot of you guys have been with me for a long time, and I just love y'all. Thank you guys for hanging it. Thank you guys for like sticking with me and not believing the bull crap. I lost some people that I thought were like legit friends throughout this. So, and that bothers me to know that people honestly have watched me for a year and they still don't see who I really am. They want to say I'm a horrible person over a freaking comment I said to my friends in private. It sucks, but I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, do not forget on the way out, give it a thumbs up. I went from 36 thumbs down to 38, so make sure you guys hit that button on the way out. Stephanie G, thank you for the sticker. I will be putting up more content because I'm done with this. Done. If anything else comes out, I'll just handle it whichever way that I can. If it keeps going, then we'll take whatever options we can or whatever. But thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.